Do you want to try it?
Or if you just have a lot of hit points.
Pretty sweet beer.
Alright. Where'd Jeff go?
He ran away.
I think he went to stick his toe in your freezer.
Oh, well, that's not welcome. Someone please pry him out of there.
You got a suitcase.
Oh, there's also some really weird stacking rules where it's like, I had the life ring which like regenerates your life over time, but then I also had the spell which from the chime that regenerates life over time. I was getting slower regeneration. What I think was happening was the ring was stopping over the other effect, and the ring had a smaller regen. So like it's really weird.
Interesting.
Oh. I hadn't played a lot with hit point regeneration stuff, although it's one of those things I keep meaning to make a build for and just haven't ever done it.
It makes nice going through the fucking Blighttown 5.0, just constant regen. It wasn't enough to get past the toxic stuff in...
No, toxic is old school poison. Toxic will make you sad. Huh? Oh.
Profane officer.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Your suitcase you'll be borrowing.
Along with those like elephant hand things. Those elephant hand things, those guys are cool.
Elephant hand things.
Yeah, they look like elephants with...
Oh, just the... Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about.
I have money for you from Fieldy.
I love that. Thank you.
So there's also this place in
You mean like
the cathedral where you basically meet the fake Onion Knight, which I guess is Pate. What's his name? No, I'm talking about it.
Patches.
Patches, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's Patches.
Yeah.
And then
thank you.
the note said he's a false kill him. I'm like, alright, but let's see what happens anyway. So he obviously throws me down. What was cool though is I already killed the giant. So
He
it's
gets
like,
really upset about that.
what I found out was you can't raise that up again. Is that right?
You can raise it up again, but it's a convoluted path to the other side of it.
Okay, because I went back.
You can't raise it up from where he was now.
No. I was down on the ground, and there was a lever that raises one of the sluices.
Right. Yeah, the lever for that one, the one that he sent you down on, is in a convoluted place you probably haven't been to yet when he sends you down on it.
Okay.
Cars going up in the rafters and stuff.
Maybe I'll just wait till New Game Plus to go get whatever's over there. I don't know if anything's over there worthwhile.
That's one thing I will say about Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls. It's a fucking amazing series. But like 90% of the time, I'll go hugely out of my way and jump over shit and dodge traps and solve a puzzle, and I'll open a treasure chest and be like, oh,
Bart Sullivan.
Or even worse, like a magic item that's not relevant to my build.
That's the other thing with those weapons you're talking about. Like once you've invested in a weapon, literally every weapon drop is useless to you. So
you got the sweet ass caster ring. Oh
yeah.
I mean, I think it would be cool if you could basically feed that stuff to your weapon to get stronger.
No, I agree.
Or some way to just be like, all right, this is a worthless item, but at least I get something out of it. I don't know.
Sold to the old lady for 50 souls.
Yeah, perfect. Well worth it.
Yeah.
It's good. Let's just play that.
Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just scared Polo.
That's not difficult.
I'm the
Polo
Onion
was
Knight.
spacing out, and I just reached down to pet him, and he just jumped.
Maybe he just doesn't like you petting him.
I'm still like, hey, he's wagging his tail.
He does that out of fear.
Aww.
How's it going?
Do we have any energy drink?
Do we have any energy?
No.
That's great.
I do not.
Did you check the freezer?
Let me go check the
Yeah,
freezer.
take a break from abusing my dog and check the freezer.
Also bring Jeff's toe back.
No, I don't know why that's in there.
I don't want it to start rotting.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. We have body parts in coolers.
Don't tell the cops.
I would show my toe on stream, but then you'd get banned.
Yeah,
for showing
It's still
no
quite warm.
fetishes.
Is it warm still?
It's quite warm.
Okay, well, it's, yeah. Oh, shh.
Is it? What?
Don't spoil it.
Did you just sneeze?
No, I just pronounced the name of the energy drink.
Polo, stop licking.
That's not gonna happen.
Alright.
He doesn't.
Are we doing this now?
Absolutely.
Does
I
everything.
can't wait.
Alright, so this is actually the very last of the NOS minute.
What?
After this, we are completely and utterly out, and that's, like, for sure.
We've had a
tapped.
good run.
We did.
But we never got that sponsorship.
Much to your chagrin.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you letting me do this. Now
Of
this
course.
one's awesome because this one's signed
Signed.
by a guy.
Mike Tyson.
All I can read is 87. Maybe that's his name or the year he signed it. I'm not sure.
Well, he wasn't in
It was
prison.
87.
Well,
my
But this is
He wasn't in prison yet, so he could have
This is
signed it
Monster
87.
Energy Gronk, and I don't know if we can get this on here.
Told you.
That's actually what it's called.
Yeah, so it's a picture of a football player.
That's just the EP54 guy.
Well,
You're gonna get us in trouble with the people who think that that's like the number of the beast. Or the mark of the beast.
so I'm just gonna read this
not a
here.
large
Also, he's got some massive aliasing on his image. Like someone took a Photoshop magic wand thing and just kind of loosely drug around him. because
Tolerance
there's
at
some
70%.
Yeah, there's some serious
So let's
aliasing.
get
in.
this clear.
Sharpened.
His name is Gronk.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Rob Gronkowski. Anyone heard of him?
Yeah, he's my favorite
Gronkowski?
football guy.
He's a beast on the football field
That's
and a
true.
party animal in the off season.
Whoa!
In other words, he's a monster kind of guy.
Is he a suicide boy?
Who better to partner with on our latest all procreation, Gronk? We re-engineered the flavor and added our tried and true energy blend to deliver the big bad buzz only Monster can. And it says unleash the beast with an exclamation mark.
And just think, you guys are going to drink this after reading that.
So this is pretty much like his signature drink, and I think that this is a cool marketing move. Like I'm thinking of like, what if they had like a Kiss energy drink?
Or like a Lobos Jr. Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
That actually would be really cool. What would that
Yeah.
taste like?
I mean, they got.
I mean,
they got
pizza.
Not
beer,
good. None of them
so-
taste good.
Hot dogs.
Alright, so we're gonna pour this.
no.
Yeah, it would taste exactly like that.
It's just hot dog water.
So I'm making a mandate since this is the last one.
It's beer colored.
Since this is the last one, you fuckers got to drink up.
That's not
All of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'll fight
We're
you.
doing the whole can.
Give Herbie like a swish.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think Herbie
Make
needs
sure
just
he
a
never
drop.
sleeps again.
I still have a medical exception.
You have a doctor's note?
Yeah, I think we need a doctor.
I have a prescription for sleeping pills. Is that enough?
No.
Ugh.
No.
It should be.
are those recreational use?
This drink
No.
smells like an alleyway.
It smells like 6 feet.
This drink smells pretty Gronk.
Yeah. I feel bad now that I know it's the guy's name. I don't want to make
Ooh,
fun of a guy.
whoa.
All right.
That is
Well, it's part of his name.
I mean, at first it smells.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, it's got little flecks in it.
Yeah.
Got
Wait,
brown
wait.
flecks.
I don't know if that's
I
from
don't
the
think
cup
that's
or from.
supposed to be there.
There's like little.
Why is there so much of it?
There's like little brown
because
flecks in there.
Ryan went nuts.
I don't know if
Poured out
that.
the entire fucking.
He did the
thing.
whole can for the last minute for everyone.
No, some of them don't have these flecks. I think that was from. No, that wasn't from the cup.
Look, whatever
The cups
is
are
in
clean.
there,
This one's
the Gronk
fleckless.
is eating away anyway.
Yeah,
It'll be fine. You're not
I'm
gonna-
gonna enjoy these pencil shavings.
You'll get more
It
sick.
smells like the jelly beans.
You know what? I wonder if it's just been sitting there for a while and like settled,
Oh, all
You
the,
need to
all
shake
the
it
gold
up.
flakes
Yeah.
in
and like the
Died, like,
tannins.
Some of us got more Gronk than others.
Okay.
Gronk enough, thank you.
Ryan, do you have a toast for us?
I do.
Oh, good.
Here's for the Gronkest group of motherfucking D&D players this side of
Is
Twitch.com.
that a compliment? No one will ever know.
Yeah.
To the Gronkest.
Yeah, to the
I'll
Gronks.
drink to that.
Yeah.
That's
The
Alright,
Gronk is-
I'll take drink to it.
Oh, it burns. Oh, it tastes like something you put in a lantern.
Probably is.
That tastes
flammable.
just like Red Bull to me.
Yeah.
It tastes like Red Bull, but then I don't know if it's because of the
It's
sandwich.
sour.
But it has a hint of Play-Doh. I'm
Did
kidding.
you get one? Wait, did you get the one with the flakes in it?
Are you eating
Maybe
Play-Doh?
it's Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Look, a lot.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, I mean,
I've had tastier shampoo than this, I promise you.
I mean, this is just Red Bull.
It
That's
tastes
all
like
there
energy
is.
drink, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Generic energy drink.
no, absolutely not. Maybe it's because it's warm.
Oh, you didn't get the flakes in yours.
Oh, I need something to play.
Yeah.
I give this a solid 5
Yeah,
out
we
of
just
10.
stick a marker in there and I'll have something
Yeah.
for 5 minutes.
Toss a couple of Reds M&Ms in there.
Yeah, there we go. Mm.
I'm not sure if I want to drink the rest. I don't know what these flakes are.
But Jeff's
Why am I still drinking it?
Yeah, do you want me to dip my toe in there?
I hate this last minute.
Yeah.
It never got me any money.
I know, we haven't gotten shit out of this.
That's because Ryan got it all. They went directly to him. He never told anyone else.
How do you think I was able to afford all the energy drinks?
Again, I just thought you were just stealing them out of the 7-Eleven dumpster.
Yeah. I believe that.
Oh, Lord. Okay, someone please tell us what we're doing here. They're not making
Like-
Drinking Gronk on this earth.
I have no idea.
What happened last time on Dungeons and Dragons?
Let's see. We have a map.
But that came at the very end.
So this is Dark Sun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Dark Side.
Oh,
we
the
kind of wrapped up
Tablelands.
what happened after our great battle with the psychic
Sound
entity
system. Furistes.
Furistes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We freed the city from his control. The giant looming island mountain thing that was floating overhead the town just kind of floated away, and then we went back to the great tree to try and get back the crown, and we didn't have any problems doing that either, I guess.
Nope.
Yeah, we were able to get the crown pretty much easily. and-
Talked with Matthias a fair bit, caught up on current events,
Oh.
caught him up on current events.
We still have Fristy's head,
Yeah.
so there was a lot of back and forth about what we should do about him, because he's still technically alive.
And he's coming with us, as well, that apparently was resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until everyone in this party has a sentient artifact in their hands, FOXHOUND is not going to stop.
Absolutely not. Why would I?
Oh yeah, the group got paid.
We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And then immediately spent all of our money.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we didn't.
Victoria's little miniature.
Did we?
We spent a fair bit
No,
of it.
we spent half of it.
That's right, you were going to rent a speeder.
We spent half of it, and the rest was distributed to you for fine people.
So now we're heading down.
Yeah, so now we're actually heading to. There was a
Kmart.
So the seer.
going to Kmart.
Calypso.
Close. Paladin.
Calendar.
Yes.
And we're going
Calendar.
there because we were given a lead that there's a person there that might know more about the pirates.
Well, actually, there's a pillar there too. That's kind
And
of
there's a
important.
pillar there.
Yeah.
There is not someone there that knows more about pirating.
Where was that? Was that over here?
That was in Balak, which is also in the south, but is closer to
Yeah.
not.
I think we're going to do like a loop around.
Yeah,
We're basically
we're-
going to skirt the entire Tablelands until
Yeah.
I can finally get Marvin on
Sorry.
the sacrificial altar.
So that is our second stop.
Well, you do all the side quests first, then you do the main quest line.
Well, the main quest is in Uruk, but
Oh,
I believe we have to do this to unlock it.
yeah. It's the next step.
It's got those invisible walls that insist that you turn back whenever you try to approach.
Yeah. Like your character auto turns and walks 3 steps.
So we're en route.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you guys have been traveling for some time, sticking to the main road, which again is kind of underutilized compared to what you guys are used to. You guys have been traipsing back and forth between some established city-states, but Caladnay, most of you have never even heard of Caladnay before having been directed towards it. And you can tell that it seems like a lot of people probably haven't heard of it either. There's not a lot of trade path, there's not a whole lot of general kind of settlements that way. There's usually some client villages and some merchant prince fortresses along the way. You're seeing fewer and fewer of those as you head south. And it's been maybe about 7 or 8 days headed south. You're maybe 2/3 of the way between where Tyr and Caladnay connect. You're traveling along, and things have been, relatively quiet. It's a place with a lot of desolation and not a whole lot of civilization. There's not a whole lot of predators, as a matter of fact. There's fewer things for them to hunt, so you're seeing a whole lot fewer bandits and roving monsters and that sort of thing. It's been relatively chill, as it were. Until, on the 9th day, maybe about middle of the morning, you guys spot sort of to call it a caravan would be sort of overdoing it a bit. It's a couple of wagons, there's a couple of pack animals, but it's mostly like common folk. Maybe they're farmers, maybe they're craftsmen or something like that, but they're simpler sorts of folks that you would expect to see. There's not a whole lot, as a matter of fact, in the way of guards or protective personnel. It also seems like a curiously kind of mixed bunch. There's mostly humans. There's a mull here. There's a couple of dwarves. And actually, there's a couple of Thrycring with them as well. They seem to be headed south. They're maybe about a half mile in front of you guys once you finally take in what you see ahead of you.
So they're going the same way we are.
They are going the same way, or so they seem.
Wouldn't have expected travelers to be heading this way routinely.
No,
Such
probably
a
not.
strange group as well.
Should we use our space?
Something interesting about them. We'd be better to find it out now rather than when we reach our destination.
Do you think your bird can get a better look at them?
Get a better look, sure. I'll go ahead and send Tanger scouting ahead a little bit to have a better look at them.
Sure. How close is Tanger getting?
He'll fly above them, but by about 300, 400 feet.
Okay.
She's got really good eyesight. You should still be able to get some good details that way.
Absolutely. Tanger, did you just meow?
I made a bird sound.
Okay. Got it.
Dark some bird sound.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Meow.
A Badar. Oh, God. My rich narrative. Tanger takes off and gets a sky-high view of these folks. And sure enough, they seem pretty common. They almost seem, you've been around a little while, and you can tell that maybe there's something else going on here. If there's not a whole lot of obvious protection, you know what I mean? It seems like this is a little bit too much. What you see is what you get. To have made it this far and still be a relatively intact group. Still kind of haggard though, they're clearly not made for the road. It seems like wherever they're going there maybe for the first time. It doesn't seem like they're necessarily as well equipped as you'd expect a group of this size to be equipped.
Toria relays that to the party, more or less, as said. Kind of says strangely, just strange that they could make it this far, and yet they have.
Although
roads have
one
been
might
fairly-
say the same about us.
The roads have been fairly quiet.
I'll sort of gesture to Marcus, be like, well, I think from the outside...
We're armed and armored.
clear.
And
How many of them are there?
There are maybe 20, 25.
That's a lot. Enough for us to kill. I'm just saying, if it comes down to it, that's a lot,
Sure,
that's a lot of
sure.
bodies.
I'll just send the wind.
it also bothers me that their means of defending themselves is not particularly visible.
No, that is a concern.
So from
So
here,
you're saying magic
southward,
users?
Yes.
what
Possible.
else would they? What else would be on this path for them to be heading to that we know of?
Give me a history check.
Well, I guess we don't necessarily
Can
know
you
what's on the
detect
map.
any magic from them?
Super good at history.
And
Yeah,
Tori?
you are.
I'm not.
I can't detect that through
What if you
Tanger, and I'd have to be
perceive
really
this
close to do it
I can
myself.
perceive it better. 11.
11. The Ringing Mountains certainly has some remote forts, mostly clients of merchant houses, but you're not aware of any major settlements or anything like that. Probably the closest thing is Altrak, and you guys passed that 4 or 5 days ago.
Right.
Well, they're bound to have noticed us. Don't seem to have reacted.
Like,
Well,
unless they give us any trouble, I don't see why we should do anything but continue on our way. If we overtake them, then fine. See if they hail us then. But
Fair enough.
for all we know, they could just be heading to the mountains.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're laughing at.
I'm looking at your dog licking me.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at him saying a hail, and you were imagining Bill casting an ice
Oh,
casting travelers.
that's pretty good though.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
It is a Drake reading in some places.
Fire Slayer, thank you for the host.
oh, Wyvern, what's up, dude?
Hello.
Hail
We're
wyvern.
about to kill some townsfolk.
Well, we'll continue on our way then.
Yep.
Are they moving noticeably slower than us?
They are, mostly because there's so many of them, and most of them are on foot. There's a couple of them, and the biggest thing that they seem to have with them are kanks. But they're not driving them especially hard or anything.
Oh my god, you guys. Let's feed them to the boat. Let's not
Do
actually.
we want to go like around them purposefully?
Sure.
Like give them a good wide berth?
Sounds reasonable. No reason to be slowed down by this.
Okay, so you guys going off-road?
Little bit.
I mean, it's all pretty flat, isn't it?
It's relatively flat, yeah.
It's not like off the trail is like.
Into the
Just
ravine.
start doing wheelies.
I'll say we should skirt the road for certain to get around them, but let's not present ourselves as being afraid of them or anything.
Fair enough. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Alright, so you guys hustle on down the road, and you're passing them by within about half an hour or so. And they seem to have noticed you. They seem pretty intent on not bothering with you too much until they're just about past. Maybe even just as you're just getting out of eye, or not eye shot, but shouting range when you hear someone shouting. And one of the folks, young man, seems to be riding up on a cane. So very deliberate to get your attention.
Oh, here it comes.
Shield up, hand on my work pick like always.
Are you back in like full lion I love Hamani?
No, I mean he doesn't have any
Where's
of
the
that
flag?
stuff. Yeah, like his necklace is under his shirt and his shield is painted and his tattoos under his armor.
I guess you've always had a painted shield. I don't know why. I've just always imagined.
No,
Like, it was
unfortunately.
literally the first thing we did in your
Yeah.
session. It
Yeah.
was like, well, I better go incognito.
Yeah.
I've just
So-
always imagined.
So yeah, he would just look like a mercenary.
Sure.
Like a pretty legit mercenary, but a mercenary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super legit.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'll just.
Well, this guy pulls his bug to a rein, a good 20 or 30 feet out, and he says, "Sorry, please. Do you have any extra water? We'll pay you. But our supplies run low. We've been traveling so long."
How are our water supplies?
Well, you guys have packed for a pretty reasonable trip, considering that you expected to go from Tyr to Caladnay and then to Balek. Assuming that you probably find something maybe at least 2/3 the way through, you'd have to have rented like an extra pack animal or something like that to carry much more than that. So you've got enough, but that will shorten how far you can go between Caladnay and Balek. That's where you decided to go.
Are there any closer known restocking places near Calenday we could get water from?
Give me a history check.
Okay. That is a 24.
24. You've heard tell of an oasis further south here, but as to where it is or where it's located, you're not sure.
Okay. Tori kind of looks at the others a little bit.
I hear the going rate for water out here is pretty pricey.
Shame of it is we don't.
I mean, they knew they were coming out here, obviously. If they don't know how to prepare, then that's on them, not us.
Well, one moment. It brings up a good point. How did you come to be out here with insufficient water?
We thought we grabbed everything we could. And we stocked up as well as we could for the journey to south. Sorry to say, someone seems to be making off with our supplies.
That is unfortunate.
It is. Wake up. Simply look. There's less water than there was. It seems some bedevilry of some kind. I can't think that one of my people would have deliberately taken it. What else can I assume?
Do you know all of the people you're traveling with well?
Most of us have lived in villages in the Tablelands our entire lives, simply trying to get away from the chaos that has overtaken the city-states of late. Revolution, war, seems to be more coming. Then these bugs that came from the mountains seem to be more civilized than the Kreen lives. As civilized as Kreen can be. Yes. Noble people.
A convincing case.
An elegant race.
The handsomest of all the foreign creatures. They seem as sick of it as anyone else. Searching for a place to live our lives in peace.
So you didn't track down where your water was going?
No, as I said, it simply seemed to have disappeared.
Well, it seems to me that even if we give you more water, that's liable to disappear as well.
If it doesn't, we're dead. If I don't ask.
Can I do insight to see if I think he's on the up and up?
Sure.
Wow. Pretty good. Is that 27?
It seems as legit as you can
Alright.
manage.
Okay.
Almost as legit a truth teller as paid as a mercenary.
Which
Yes.
is to say, extremely.
Yes.
Toast legit. Alright. Well, perhaps, if you'll excuse us, we need to discuss
Certainly.
what we want to do about you and your friends.
5 minutes later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fireball.
There's no
They got
explaining
water.
people.
Steal their
Yeah, aren't you literally like a cleric of water?
Yes, I am. But
You want water? Here you go, buddy. Water elemental. Yeah, drink this bug.
the water that Zorak makes isn't drinkable. Or if you drink it, it doesn't really sustain you. It goes away.
It's great for watering like golf courses, though.
Yeah. It's not very good about water.
This is non-potable magic.
Yeah.
So we'll sort of step aside.
Yeah.
I'll sort of sigh and be like, well, on the one hand, these people's troubles don't really concern us or our mission.
You're right, they absolutely don't.
Maybe there's something we can get out of it to help us, but aside from that...
Look at them. You think they have anything valuable on them?
No, they don't even have water.
Exactly.
They're an awfully large caravan. Many different folk. There's any number of things they could have or could not have. Who knows?
I mean, you said they might be magic users. Maybe there's something you can get from them.
There's definitely something about them. I'm not certain what.
What if you investigate them, bring them a little bit of water, and do a detect magic to see if they have anything of note?
It might be tough to get that off without them noticing what I am, and who knows how they'll react to that.
Blessings upon your people.
Don't mind me, I'll be gesturing for the next 10 minutes over here.
You're
But
great.
can't
and you're
you
great.
do
You're
that
great.
over here and then walk over there?
It's still 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, it takes 10 minutes to wrap up water and...
Speaking of which, we have enough for our own needs. If we give them some, we're going to have a problem, probably. I have heard of an oasis somewhere south of here. I don't know the exact location and thus cannot even verify it exists, but I have at least heard of it before.
Thought we could tell them that.
We could, but I don't even have much of a specific location to give them. Then I don't have much more than that for us either.
Like, how far south did you say it was?
Do I know that even on the 24?
So, like, somewhere south of this current location?
Somewhere. As I
Okay.
said, I wasn't exactly recommending we give them water on the basis of finding it.
There's a certain number of like travelers' tales and stuff like that. There's stuff that's clearly legends and stuff that people made up to impress people in bars. The 24 suggests you've heard often enough that there probably is a rest stop somewhere down there. After all, some people go down there and come back. If there was nothing down there, probably no one would ever go there ever.
Definitely something, I just don't know where, and I don't have a good idea.
Excuse you, Mr. Gaming. Could you please act more professional?
Well,
Thank you.
we could
Jess,
ask...
I'm going to need you to not bother the talent.
We could ask if they've been to the town we're heading to and what they know about it. Maybe do a little bit of information gathering and ask if they have enough to get there on their own, what they need.
They sound like refugees.
They don't sound
Probably
familiar
know
with the
much.
area at all. But, well, if we want to try your plan, find out what they're willing to give for water, talk with them for about 10 minutes, and I'll see what I can manage over here. It'd be
I've
good
got
if you
some
stay
questions
and be
I
in the
can
way,
ask them.
so that
Alright.
I have something
You can
to
come with me if you want.
hide behind.
Very well.
Or
Fair enough.
Marcus can come with me.
I'd like
I'm
to,
excited to this.
Okay.
I'd like
do.
to speak to the crane in there.
I-
Amongst the ranks.
Feel free.
Very well, let's go.
Maybe Marcus will lend you his mustache.
Oh, it could be Zertak.
Marcus is going to try and assist in Torian hiding him casting this detect magic.
Like standing
I
over
will-
By
in
just
front
like
of him.
I'm going to one of our pack mounts and looking like I'm fiddling with stuff, but I'm casting
I
detect
will.
magic.
I will talk to the guy. I'll say, my friend here is currently looking over what we can trade with, but I'd be interested in heading over and seeing what you guys have that might be of some use or value to our party.
Certainly. We'll see what we can manage. Please, come with me.
All right, you're coming with me.
You're
Yeah,
going as well,
I'm
right?
going to.
Oh yes, the bug thing.
The bug thing.
He leads you back to the group, and the rest of the refugees watch pretty mutely. They seem weary from their time on the road, or a little dehydrated. And one of the larger tanks has got some very large saddlebags, and it's over to this. The young man goes over and opens it up and starts looking through. It says, well, "We're simple folk. We don't have much. Mostly heirlooms if you're looking for valuables. If you're looking for food, we have plenty of that. And some farm equipment that we can offer. Is there anything in particular that you may find yourself in
Some
need
of those heirlooms might be interesting if you wouldn't mind bringing a couple over here.
It's Athas. He's actually pretty well in tune with
I know.
with normal here.
He pulls out a simple kind of tribal necklace that has some kind of crude jewelry sort of knotted into it. It looks like lapis lazuli and some other kinds of less fancy gemstones, but gemstones nonetheless.
Is this the only thing?
This is the first thing.
If you, well, in the interest of time, if you wouldn't mind just
sure.
collecting it all, and we can, and then we can look at what we have.
Sure. I mean,
My friend, he's the appraiser, so he'll have to come.
oh, you're
over
actually
and-
saying that. I thought you were
Yes.
saying to me, Brandon.
If you can speed things up a little bit here.
I kill a villager for each piece of jewelry they don't.
No, my friend. Once he comes
Yes,
over, he'll help me.
certainly. So he brings out that. He brings out a set of leather bracers that have some bronze set into them. Sort of, it's pretty much entirely ornamentation. It doesn't help with the defense of it at all. There's a solid steel belt buckle and some other odds and ends. A couple of actual coins, maybe that total up to about 25 gold altogether.
Okay, and I'll ask about how much water were you thinking you'd need to get where you need to go?
And actually, where were you heading? We were a little curious about that as well.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting comment. Well, of course, dude, plenty. Excuse me. We're traveling south. We've heard tell that there is a beautiful place of peace, an oasis, far, maybe another 6 or 7 days south of here. We believe that our current stock will take us maybe half of the way there.
So you're hedging your bets that you'll get to this oasis and it'll actually be there?
It is that, or of our minds wiped of our personalities, or devoured by monsters, or mustered into the Lion King's war.
Yeah, but speaking of monsters...
Doesn't sound too bad at all. Or why? If I had to pick. Big C all day.
Speaking of monsters, we've been around these Tablelands for quite a while and seen our fair share of monsters, but you guys don't seem like the fighting type. Have you just been lucky, or...?
No, not at all. Many of us have had loved ones die. That's why we fled our homes. Oh, so the journey south has gone well enough, apart from our water simply disappearing. Maybe the numbers that our group has gathered together has scared off what may be hunting.
It does sound like before anything you would need to root out your water thief.
As I said, I've grown up with most of these folks. I trust them.
People do things whenever they're desperate. They're afraid.
You haven't
If that is so, then we are doomed as it is.
You haven't thought to put a watch around your water supplies?
We are not simpletons. We have already done this. We keep a watch every night on everything that we have valuable to us.
And it still gets stolen?
It disappears. I cannot say whether or not someone has taken it. Perhaps some fluke of the heat. Maybe it is disappearing more quickly than not. I don't know.
You're sealing the barrels, right?
I am.
Okay.
So you think that there's something more than simple thievery at work here? Like,
I don't know. I've lived on a farm my entire life. The closest thing I've come to traveling was voyaging to Silver Spring once. I'd never seen a thri-crane before 2 weeks ago. I simply want to live my life. 10 minutes has gone by.
Right. The tech magic is up, and Antoria will head back with Marcus to join where everyone is talking.
Okay.
It's brighter than the sun.
Can we bring some water?
We were getting a report on how much we could spare. We don't necessarily have to bring any with us.
So when you come over, I'll show you to the heirlooms, and I'll be like, so these heirlooms are possibly up for trade, and we were wondering if there was anything you thought was unique about them, Antoria.
Well, let's have a look here. Toria takes a look at the heirlooms. Tech magic is up as he's walking into the camp and looking at the heirlooms and
Sure.
whatnot.
Nothing seems to light up.
Nothing at all.
Some action-packed detect magic.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Just to specify, while Marcus is
Dark
like,
Sun,
observing
CSI.
and with everybody, he wants to pay particular attention back to our water supply, which nobody
So,
tries to steal it.
you guys each have an Inex. Have any of you deliberately dismounted? I guess Marvin would have in order to
Yeah.
do that.
I would assume that my Inex is with the party
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay,
I would
then
follow
I would
him.
imagine you guys would just leave their mounts behind you.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave them out there anyway. They'll get eaten by like a sand shark or some shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
With
a bird shark.
with scales.
Just a rough, quick appraisal. How much are these heirlooms worth in terms of gold?
Sure. 20 at best, maybe 25. Someone's feeling generous. It's me.
As I thought, Antoria looks up at is the original guy who spoke to us still there?
Yes.
If you
Actually,
don't,
he's the only one that's speaking to you guys.
if you don't mind, could you show me where you store your water? I'd like to have a look around myself. That's your real problem anyway, not replenishing your current supply.
That's a good idea.
It's right here. Turns behind the tank is the sole Inex that they've brought along, which seems to be entirely devoted to bringing along survival supplies. It's got a couple of sets of saddlebags along the side, and there are a couple of large jugs attached to either side with big cork stoppers in each.
Okay. Anything on detect magic looking around this?
Not that you can tell.
The
No.
Inex is a lich.
Anything,
Water.
anything obvious, well, not obvious, but anything observable? Like, should I do perception to
You
see
can do
if there's like
perception check,
yeah, if it's been scratched open on the bottom,
That
or
will do.
something like that. A natural 1, so
There's some water.
Victoria's here.
yeah.
And
It's Antoria. I love that
He
guy.
took the water.
I got a 17 to also have a look around.
Okay.
If that reveals anything.
Okay. You don't notice anything particular about the equipment. You do notice an old man standing off to the side, sort of chewing
Drinking
on-
the water.
He's
He's got a long straw.
Taking a bath.
We just can't figure out what's going on.
No, he's not doing anything like that. He is, however, watching Cade with great interest.
I'm oblivious, just
Oh.
infatuated by
Of
Antoria.
course.
Oh,
Tell me what else you detect.
Project into Cade's mind, the old one is interested in you. Very interested. And I'll just kind of see. I'll give a direction where
I
he's
know,
at.
I know. It's
Bill-
just everything that
yeah.
Zorak says is just
Bill-
lace.
Bill always wins for
With
like
the
most
innuendo.
awkward statements.
Which is perfect. It's exactly what I want a Creed to be like. I'm a big bug that can't help but talk about sex.
Yeah, I'll turn. I should have played a Kreen. That sounds amazing.
Oh, man.
I'll kind of steal a
Have
glance.
any of you seen my eggs?
Yeah.
Would you like to?
I'm gonna steal a
Too
glance
bad.
in that direction
Okay.
and just check this old.
Sure enough, there's just
I'll turn around and face him. Can I help you?
Give me a perception check.
Oh. Unless he's
You
I'm
can-
not, no, I won't treat him like that.
Yeah.
He's about to
Is
spit
investigation any better for you?
No, perception's way better, but it doesn't matter because I rolled a 3. So
What is your final total?
8.
Oh. Okay. That's not so bad.
That's not
you
the worst
don't
thing.
recognize. So you don't remember his name, but you're pretty sure you saw this guy like at your house on the regular, like working. Like maybe he was like a gamesman or not a butler, but like more of a handyman kind of guy.
Right.
Someone that was around
Porter.
the villa. Sure. Slave.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But eventually he was freed, and you never saw him again, because why would he stick around?
Fuck that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
stick around either.
Yeah,
Kate's an
totally.
asshole. Yeah. So I'll turn around. I'll be like, can I help you?
On the way from home.
Indeed. You've gone quite a ways yourself.
Yeah, well, war's coming. I got no call to be fighting for the mighty lion.
If you want to be on the winning end, you would have best to stay in York.
You know, I'm sure Manu cares about winning, and when he wins, he will reap all the glory.
Indeed.
And so would you if you were in town.
Which I will be.
Not a whole lot at stake of winning in for me.
Well, service is sometimes its own reward.
As I well know.
Indeed. Just completely oblivious.
Tori kind of finishes his inspection of the water animal and kind of catches Marvin's eye. Probably can't catch yours, you're talking to your old friend, but he kind of shakes his head a little bit.
I'll walk up to you and say, you know, even if we give them the water, these guys are done for. They're hedging their bets on that oasis you were talking about to save them. So
Do they have any better idea about where it is than I did?
They said 6 or 7 days south.
That's unfortunate. There's nothing here I can sense that's of any interest or relevant to their problem.
Tough break, but that's the flatlands for you.
I'll walk up to the leader, actually, and ask if I can speak with the Thrycrane that I saw earlier. No.
They're hanging to the back. They seem relatively nonplussed by the goings-on. Thrycrane don't need a whole lot of water. They seem like they're just sort of chilling.
Yeah.
Like they're too cool for all
When all
this.
these people dehydrate, I guess I'll eat their bodies.
Yeah, the bodies are a good source of water. Greetings.
Wow.
I actually wish to spread the word to all of our brethren.
An evangelist.
Well, the great Chaksa has risen.
Oh, certainly. Yes, yes. We followed it here.
Mm.
Got a lot of good it did us. Now, no way home. Not much interested in crossing that dreadful forest all over again.
It came past this way?
Sorry?
The Chaksa, I say that it came this way. They followed it here, or is that?
Followed it northlands.
I think,
Woke up.
yeah, they woke up and I'm like, oh.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Looking for a new home. Start a new clutch.
Well,
You join?
no.
Great benefits. Benefit 1.
Well, actually,
In clutch.
no. I'm
This
currently
is all the benefits.
Still
currently
pretty solid.
involved with a clutch at the moment, but
Clutch with. Sorry, still think of food.
yes. Some are,
Less food than others.
a little less food than others. Actually, I was gonna say something along those lines.
Oh.
But they're strong and they are able to tough it out here.
Yes, gamey, stringy. Understand. I want more marbled folk. What takes you this way?
We're actually heading to what was the name of the city again? I keep forgetting.
Calenday.
Calenday. Not in Calenday.
No.
Never heard of it. Haven't heard of any cities' names. What is in Caladnay?
Calenday.
Food?
There's definitely food there. I'm certain, but we're actually out attempting to save Athas, which is quite unusual for Thrycrane. Even Zorak knows this.
Well, if you're just going to lie to me, I don't see why we have any reason to speak.
It's not a lie, but I agree. I suppose I just wish to spread the word that Chaksa has risen and also let other Thrycrane know, since many are interested in the tales of our ancestors.
Goodbye.
Yep, that's it. I'll walk away.
So does this dude I was chatting with, does he seem to have anything else, or is he just like...
He's not
Doesn't have...
very forthcoming with particular details.
That's fair.
Although at this point, actually, you notice that he's not really paying attention to you anymore.
Okay. Is he paying attention to anything else?
You know, given your history, I'm gonna have to ask for a perception check.
That's fair. 13.
Upsettingly, he's paying attention to Antoria.
Oh.
I mean, who can blame him?
I couldn't tell you.
That's actually where Cade was heading anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna swoop over to Antoria and Marvin.
Take a half step left.
Yeah.
Here's Antoria.
Yeah, I'll just kind of step and turn towards them. Just be like, well, I think Marvin's right. There's not really much these people have to offer us, nor are they relevant to our cause. But I will say, from the sounds of it, there's something going on beyond just somebody among their ranks stealing water. It's very possible that if we head down south ourselves, that we're going to run into the same problem. It may be worth our time to at least try to figure out what's going on with their resources.
I think you're making an awful lot of assumptions on that.
That will require stopping and staying here with them. Because nothing I detected gave any indication.
Well, like I said, I don't think it's really our business, but I do think that if we continue south, we need to keep an eye on our own reserves.
Agreed.
Fair enough.
And should we tell them we're leaving and cannot help them?
That's fine by me.
Perhaps we could give them a token portion.
There's 25 of them. No portion we could give them of any significance would mean anything to 5 times our number.
Perhaps we could tell them about the place we're heading. It may be closer than wherever they were traveling. They may be able to find goods there.
It's a ruin, though, isn't it?
There's no reason
As
to...
far as you know.
It's just
I know of no reason to think there's water there. It would divert what little time they have left.
true.
They would do best to simply get moving again and hope.
Or they could head back to Alterac. It's not too far from here, I guess, but that's the opposite direction they wanted to head.
If their water's vanishing, they won't make it to Alterac.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I don't see where it's our problem or something we can really do anything about.
The truth of it is that we're pursuing something much more important than these few.
Yes, the few must be sacrificed to save the many.
Yeah, goodbye 25 people!
It's unpleasant, but I can't argue with it.
Yes, I wish to help them, but can't.
Oh, Tanger.
I agree for what it's worth. First, he's silent.
Well, inform them of our decision. We'll head out.
Very well. I'll find the young lad who's leading us around.
Please, is there something you can do?
Like, I'm afraid not.
I actually wanted to follow you because I did have an idea.
Yeah, sure, do your thing.
Grabs Kate's face.
Yeah, like, I'm afraid not. I don't think we even have the resources to resupply your unit if your water wasn't already disappearing.
I will say...
Looks deliberately, your Enix is all well equipped.
I will say that there is a possibility that some of you may be able to survive out here if extreme measures were taken.
What do you mean?
Well, you've made it clear that all members of your band will die without enough water.
Logic dictates that that is the natural outcome. I suppose if we turned around now, perhaps we would make it back.
Or
That
if
would
you
be
had
your best
less
bet.
people to consume the water. Something to think about.
Those of us that can will go without. I will not sacrifice those who have helped us.
Then you will die.
I would highly recommend that you turn back. This oasis you're chasing, it may not even exist.
There's no hope in this blasted land.
But there is, but unfortunately, like, we have to pursue something greater than your caravan.
Think about what I said.
Head back to our innings.
Everyone else starts packing up. Antori, as you turn away, the old man taps you on the shoulder.
Hmm? Can I help?
Antoria,
You know me by name? I don't have the
your
pleasure.
mother's still alive.
My mother.
Turns and heads back.
Excuse me a moment. My mother. I never knew her.
Wow.
Is she one of
Big
the
old
ones?
jug of water you got attached to that lizard of yours.
Victoria's eyes immediately narrow and he turns away.
So I figured.
Your eternal like is something to matter.
Give me a perception check.
He's standing still and doesn't answer Cade yet. That's a D12. It was a good D12 roll, but it was a D12 roll. Got a 20.
20. So as he's wandering back, he starts humming a little song.
Recognizable?
Don't know where you'd know it from, but it's like, you know it. You don't know where you know it from, but you know it.
What is your name?
Bora.
Bora. Would you like to come with us?
No.
Did you look at Cade when he says that?
No, he looks at Marvin. Yeah! He's still wearing the dragon mask.
And it's still very blue.
He looks like the bad guy from Road Warrior. Just blue. What was that guy's name?
Marvin.
Yeah, Marvin. Oh, boy.
Tori seems to devoutly be wishing he had Detect Thoughts memorized at the moment, but he doesn't.
I sort of feel like glancing back at them. And Toria, what's the holdup?
He kind of raises a hand. Come back here then, Bora. You know me how? You're asking for a lot. You're going to have to give a little bit before I can agree to anything.
He turns away.
Toria's fingers are twitching a little bit.
Fireball.
Your dagger stabbing fingers?
No, his whole person fingers, but he restrains himself one more time.
And Toria, what are you doing?
Are we close enough to overhear what they're talking about?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll turn to Cade and be like, it looks like Antoria finally found something of interest to trade the water with.
It sounds like it, but I don't know why.
Perhaps there is something we can discuss regarding what you wanted then.
He stops. Sort of waits.
I'll sort of step up.
How much water and number of units of some kind do we have?
So there's 5 of you guys.
Mhm.
Your mounts.
Mhm.
You're looking to go at least halfway between Calamay and Gaelic.
Okay.
So let's call it like 50 gallons altogether, 10 gallons per each of you and your mount.
Okay.
And you would have used maybe a gallon and a half so far.
Gallon and a half each?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have used 7.5.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 42.5 left.
Yes.
And that's exactly how much it feels like we need for the journey we were expecting to take.
So far as you can tell, I mean, you guys haven't traveled this way before, so you're going off of very rough kind of cartography. But you're making as smart a guess as you can.
Alright.
Which for an Antoria is
It's
usually
not
pretty
bad.
light.
Not bad. It's not bad. Tori thinks for a moment.
Antoria,
5 gallons, would you tell me everything you know about these topics?
Deal. Let's see it.
The water's right there.
Let's see it.
Bloody hell. Toria very laboriously goes through the process of removing 5.
Ah! Give me a perception check.
I'll help him out.
16.
Also a 16.
So you open up your jug that you've been drinking from.
Mm-hmm.
It's lower than you'd expect.
Is mine in the same condition?
It
I was
is.
going to help him unload.
Great. Get the 5 gallons. Taking a few more jugs than we perhaps thought it would have.
Antonia,
you're a commoner. It doesn't
matter who your mother is. He says helpfully.
Antoria will remember that.
Oh, some trouble in the relationship.
Yeah,
Nice. Is this where you lightning bolt him?
With visible anger, he restrains himself and turns back. 5 gallons. Get it out.
I'm helping you. I just don't understand what you're doing. This doesn't make any sense.
Do you not have enough there, Antoria?
Some
Someone's
of
a glutton
ours is
for water.
missing. Just
What?
as theirs, apparently.
That's impossible, Marcus.
Not so impossible. 5 gallons. Is it Do we have 5
Marcus was
gallons
guarding
on
it the whole time, right, Marcus?
And even when I had on my person,
I was watching it.
Do we
Did you
at
drink
least have
from
5
the
gallons
water?
out?
Yeah.
From your water?
The rest of the
anyone's?
refugees are visibly
I've been
like,
drinking the same as normal people.
But you're not a normal
clearly
person.
very, very excited, gathering all
1.5 normal people.
Well, I need a little bit less. He needs a little bit more. He needs out.
Oh, so you've been dumping it out.
Yeah.
yeah, my fuller rations.
So my first question for you, and it's a very important one. You know me. Do you know what I am? Your gallons sit there upon the sands, and my patience is wearing very thin on this topic.
It's a curious thing to call a man a thief right when you're getting a gift from him. Simply don't want to be impolite. Seems maybe a more successful thief than Yerk usually offers up.
Tori actually calms down slightly. Fair enough.
Aga. She still lives. She's in the Obsidian Quarter. Men's dresses.
Okay. Would it be a history check for your own?
I think that would be like something mental. You can give me like a wisdom check. Or,
How about it?
give me an int check, yes. It makes a lot more sense.
12.
12, yeah, I mean, you don't remember knowing someone with that name, but again, kind of like the song before, it stirred some sort of a weird, kind of primal kind of memory.
Okay. Alright. She lives and she's in the Obsidian Quarter.
Talked about you. Grumpy little baby.
Lovely. When did you see her last?
About a week before we left town. She's bedridden most days, but still kicking.
If she knew me, why did she never seek me out? I've lived my life with no memory of her.
Well, she got her own reasons for doing things, but the way I see it, she was kind of worried about particular other elements of your parentage kind of looking for you. She seemed...
Other elements?
She seemed to think further she stayed from you, the safer you'd be.
Insight check?
Sure.
Wish I had detect thoughts. Oh, that's not bad on insight. 21.
Seems on the up and up. Which is just our go-to for
Yeah.
just telling the truth. I use that expression every single time.
Yes. That's fine.
No, I need a new like D20 table for ways to say he's telling the truth.
Maybe Sherlock Holmes will give us some.
Maybe.
Let's see. Well, do you know anything of my father then?
Never talked about him. Sensitive subject, as you might imagine.
Wonderful. Bedridden, you say. A recent development?
Well, woman's old, lived a hard life. That she's still kicking these days is miraculous, maybe a strong word. Everyone's got their time.
I don't suppose you have anything of hers with you.
No, we were acquaintances, nothing more. Just a couple old folks talking about things.
I see.
She never stopped talking about you.
Same.
Okay.
Anyway, y'all heading south, you best take care.
Your trouble with water has already jumped to us, it seems. I did not expect it to take this many jugs to find your 5 gallons.
Maybe it's bad luck.
Maybe you'd best turn around. Take those gallons back up to the northern side.
I'm gonna strenuously urge the party to consider that course of action.
It's a good idea.
Past Alterac. It's still safe there.
For now. Certainly safe for now here.
Definitely.
Anyway.
You know nothing else of relevance? No further information on why she kept away, why she was afraid of my father finding me?
Like I said, we just talked.
Very well. Take the water and be gone.
And he does just that.
Tori, what was all of that? I didn't know you had mysterious parentage.
I didn't either.
You didn't know he was mysterious in some way? Really?
I never knew my parents.
Well, not much is clear, but why do you care now?
Wouldn't you?
Well, I mean,
Why does one care about their parents?
because of heritage.
Why does one care about their heritage?
Because that's how society is built.
I can't.
Guess we all have different concepts of society.
Yes. Like
Wouldn't you wonder
civilization
if
and
you were
not.
if you were forced to scavenge on the streets? Why? Wouldn't you wonder why no one helped you in the way that
People
when
are
you,
hatch from eggs and scavenge in the forest every day.
and you come equipped for such with various appendages and whatnot? Humans are not made for such a beginning.
So she's bedridden in Uric. And you want to seek her out?
I do, but
That's not a voyage that we're prepared for.
voyage.
He said, looking off into space.
Let's resume.
How much water do we have left?
Yeah, you said
After
we were missing
your-
some.
We may be
I need to
heading
do
back
a-
to Alterac ourselves.
I need to do a full check. After we've begun losing ours, I don't know if my original count holds any meaning. So he will, and Tori will do a full check and try to
Sure.
reconfirm the count.
So it looks like maybe you guys are missing 8 from your original count.
Because we're down 13.
Yes.
Well, that's fairly
Well,
disastrous.
we have a well.
Well, now we're going to die.
We have
At least we
a
know about your mother. No.
we have a reserve plan.
Can we get back to Alterac with what we have left?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, we could
There's
probably
no
get,
need for that. We go back to Alterac.
I think we have enough to get to the ruins and back to Alterac, right? If we don't lose any more.
Well,
Or at least
if
that
you
would.
did- if you did that and you didn't dally in the ruins, you might just be able to make it back completely right now.
What do we actually have a map, or is this all knowledge we need to roll for?
No, I mean, the closest thing you guys have to a map is the thing that's the one that Romalia handed you guys. No one's ever gone out of their way to get like, an actual world map or anything like that.
Do we know of any other locations that might be closer? We've already traveled 9 days in this direction.
Sure.
Alterac.
There are usually some kind of like fortresses set along the Ringing Mountains, usually mining expeditions and that kind of thing. It's not unheard of that you might be able to find one, but you don't know precisely where one might be.
Right.
But that would be at least a day and a half's journey west, off-road.
Yeah.
As much as time is of the essence, given that I can't identify the rate at which we're losing water to whatever this phenomenon is,
Or
it
whatever
seems
it is, it's not going to stop.
seems reckless to continue on away from water when we have no idea how much we actually have.
I would agree with that. I think that if we continue on our journey, we're going to find ourselves in the same shoes as them.
And it happened right here in front of us. In front of all of them, for that matter, and I'm sure they set guards too. I don't think we have a choice but to head back to Alterac.
The phenomenon wasn't magical.
Is your detect magic still going?
Has it been 10 minutes?
Maybe it's been 9.
Then it would still be going.
Okay.
The caravan explodes.
But was it magical? Let's find out.
Look at Marvin.
just look for what Marvin's doing.
There is a flicker of magical power from a couple of the water urns.
There! I saw something.
I'll draw.
Arcane check to identify what was seen.
Yeah, it's water pouring out. I got it. Don't worry, guys.
Step on fire.
25.
25. It looks like some sort of. It looks as though it was maybe like an AoE effect of some kind that was focused on whatever was inside the jugs.
Detect magic's still up for a few seconds. Any chance of tracing the source?
What is the range on that?
It's pretty limited. Like, it's measured in feet, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
That was 60 feet.
yeah, 60 sounds right, but I honestly haven't looked in a while. Not a bad idea to review. It is 30 feet.
30 feet. You are not able to trace the source.
Is it still happening right now, like, actively?
Nope, it seemed like something that happened and is now over.
Some sort of magical effect, brief, but it targeted those water jugs there. I suspect it probably got rid
Well, the
of...
water jugs attached to your annexes.
Alright, whatever.
I'll pop one open and glance in.
Well,
It seems slightly lower than it was a moment ago.
That seems like a really random thing to just do.
magic must have a source.
Marcus like to look at the caravan and see if anybody's like particularly focusing on us.
Sure, give me a perception check.
16.
16, you don't see anyone. Actually, they seem very deliberately like heading back up the road, back towards Alterac now that they've got what they needed.
Maybe if I'll cast Detect
Oh,
Magic.
actually, that's not completely true. The two Kreen are still headed south.
Toriel will actually start casting Detect Magic again.
Okay.
And
At
once it...
ritual speed, or
he has to. He can't. He doesn't have it prepared for normal casting.
sounds good.
And after that, he'll watch the water jugs for 10 minutes, ready to pounce upon the first sign of magical activity.
Absolutely. Nothing happens.
Damn it. Let's go.
Alright. Mount up, let's go.
Do we want to search around a little bit, maybe? Maybe we can find the source of the magic?
I mean, Chandra would be the best bet to do that. We can do that without wasting time.
Unless it's visible in some way that it hasn't been up until this point, he's not going to be able to find it any better than I could, but it doesn't hurt to try.
Something must be casting.
Agreed.
Or
No
this
s-
itself is against us.
No storms of wild magic here this far south or anything.
Something that blatant I would probably be able to detect more easily. Let's stop and check the water amounts every 2 hours. I want to try and learn about whatever's happening to our water here, since we're inevitably going to be coming back here and have to deal with it.
Alright.
Tromp, 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 tromp. So I guess every 2
So-
hours... Oh, sorry.
So where are you headed?
Alterac, it sounded like.
Okay, so you're turning about face and heading back north,
Yep.
passing the refugees on the road.
You're not gonna.
Yeah.
Bye.
You're not gonna send Tandra out at all.
Tori kind of looks frustrated. I hardly know what direction to even send him. I mean,
Perhaps a large circle around the area to see if we can spot anyone suspicious or anything.
fair enough. Tanger, only 100 feet above the ground this time, so he has a better view.
Give me a perception check.
For Tanger?
Yeah.
Okay, slate based, I assume.
Yes, indeed.
He got a... I always forget what his bonus is. Sorry, it is a 13.
13. Don't manage to see anything.
And continue flying around us as we travel and see if anything follows.
The rest of the day passes relatively uneventfully, and each 2 hours you check the water and it seems relatively stable.
Interesting.
So this phenomenon must have happened very recently to our stop.
Indeed.
I think it was related to the caravan.
It may have been because we were in proximity to them, perhaps. I don't know. Unfortunately, it's difficult to keep magical surveillance of that sort.
How far were we from the ruins that we were heading to?
Sorry,
How far were we from the ruins that we were heading to?
4 or 5 days.
Okay. Pretty far out. Something to be related to that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go ahead and keep a watch, I suppose.
Right.
Set watches. And Toria will switch out 2 of his spells. He's not going to the list he mailed you yet, but he is switching out to Contingency and Dream,
Okay,
so that he can use them tomorrow during
sure.
during
That's
activities.
reasonable.
I'll go ahead and switch those out while they figure out watch order or whatever.
Okay.
That is
First watch.
Very well.
That's my sheet.
Take all the watches.
Tantra will assist with all the watches. And Antoria will cast his usual alarm.
I hardly even need watches anymore. Just need to replace everyone with 3 green.
The evening passes uneventfully.
Okay. Cool.
How long is it back to Altra?
It's another 4 days.
No shades.
No, you're not dead between them, so actually, maybe 6 or 7 days back up north.
Well,
You guys were like 2/3 of the way between like Alterac and Calamay. You were certainly closer to Calamay than you were to Alterac.
let's check the water before we head out for the day.
Good idea.
Any change?
Yep, it is once again lower.
By how much?
This is maybe by another 10 gallons.
That we cannot afford to have happen again. Not even for Ultrarock.
Like, don't you have some kindred aspect to this water? Like, why can't you do something?
Perhaps.
I don't.
I could attempt to consult the spirits. Sorak will do just that.
Okay. How do you do that?
That is an
I'm
excellent
curious, too.
question. Because before, in his backstory, he used to wander the desert wastes trying to consult the spirits. I don't know exactly what would be the best thing to do.
Do you have
I
any
could-
drugs?
So what I could do,
Yeah.
I could conjure a water elemental and talk to them to see if they know what's up.
Sure. That's absolutely a thing that you could do.
So I will do that.
Okay.
Takes about a minute.
I'm gonna drink it.
I conjure a water elemental.
There is a mighty geyser that erupts from the ground as a standing wave just conjures into being.
I'll sort of take a small step back.
And I will attempt to communicate with it to try and see if it can find the source of what's draining our water.
We're at the dentist office.
Are you communing?
Probably psychically, actually, but
So what are you asking it specifically?
specifically, I'm asking it if it can detect what is draining the water from our pouches.
Saying that it doesn't detect any kind of like general effect or enchantment or anything like that, but it does look as though like water has been destroyed in this area very recently.
Can it tell where?
Inside of the
direction?
jugs.
Oh, just inside the jugs.
Yes.
Can it tell?
Actually, it seems actively repulsed. It seems like it's kind of like a little like, as you understand, defiling to act, where if if too much magical power is pulled from the earth, then the dirt simply turns to ash.
Right.
Nothing can grow there at all. This is as though just an entire like unit of water has just been completely just destroyed, not evaporated, but just completely
Just made to not be there anymore.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist. Interesting. Can the spirit tell from what might be the source of this?
It cannot, but it isn't surprised to think that Athas is home to some such devil.
Yeah.
This is my favorite DC.
Yeah. Then
Long watered. Yeah.
I'll relay that information to the others. And then I'll ask, is there anything else we wish to consult with the spirit? I don't think there's much more they can tell us.
Will it be of any use if it's present when this effect occurs?
How long can we...
Possibly. It'll last about an hour.
An hour might be worth it, but I've begun to worry that there's some intelligence at work here behind this effect. It seems to specifically avoid happening when I'm able to detect it. It might avoid happening while we have our friend here as well, but it's worth a shot.
Perhaps your elemental could be affected by the magic as well.
True.
It's definitely possible.
He seems utterly insulted that one such as him could possibly.
Just literally a chunk of it just...
Yes.
Is he gone or just
Yes,
damaged?
he is completely
Whoa.
gone. He just
Wow.
completely just disintegrates.
How's our water
Look
jugs?
around.
They seem fine.
Okay,
Any
well,
arcane check possible on that dispersal?
Sure. Zorak taking a point of inspiration for summoning the spirits.
Arcane check 21.
21, you are, again, this is sort of some cross-class kind of information, but you've heard that elemental clerics are capable of wielding particular kinds of spells that may be able to directly affect their competitors, that kind of thing.
You said your far-held friends, they are able to also commune with the elements.
I don't know about that necessarily. They more seem to take it as a motif.
It is a bit
How
theatrical.
dare you?
Well, I mean, the Herald of Storms never called upon any storm elemental.
What are you talking about?
giant
You're the
storm
huge lightning
sphere.
bolts.
He was clearly a warlock. We're talking to an expert here. He's not fooled. He's not fooled by this.
NPCs do not have to
He
have
summoned a giant storm cloud, if I recall.
Toria could summon a giant storm cloud if he was bothered with such a silly spell.
Wow, I quit.
Now, healing's impressive. That wizards can't do. But
You're right, Soraki is impressive.
So you think this is the work of a herald?
seems likely. It would keep people away, including us. Especially at the rate we're losing water. We could bring an entire caravan. If we lose 10 gallons a day, we won't make it anywhere.
So do you think that it's being directed at us, or do you think they've put some sort of field around their destination?
Field seems more likely, given it hit that poor caravan of folks. They were no threat to any herald.
Well, the spirit also mentioned possible defiling, or something similar to that.
Defiling heralds, wouldn't be surprised to find the two mixed up together.
Is there any way we could ward against their magic?
Toria seems to think for a moment while he goes through his spell list.
Well, I've got ward against water discharge.
Oh, that's what this is for.
Nothing that would be easy to sustain for a long journey. I mean, I could temporarily protect against an effect like that, perhaps. But without knowing where it's coming from, how it's working, not much I can do in that event. Well, nothing's going to come of standing around. We need to get back to
We best
Alterac.
make our way back to Alterac regardless.
Does Marcus feel particularly dehydrated than usual?
No,
Sucking that in.
Yeah, sapping water.
That's awesome.
nothing like that. No, you don't feel as though you've come under any kind of effect like that.
Yeah, they very intelligently let D&D water magic not actually affect water. Like, you can't cast create water in someone's lungs, unfortunately.
Well, there is the Blight spell if you want to get rid of water that's in somebody, but that's high-powered stuff.
Oh, water elemental. It's in my house.
Your dog
So-
okay?
I better call the landlord.
If there are any humans nearby, I could possibly detect if there are any nearby, but it's a bit of a long shot.
I suspect this is coming from far away now, but
Yeah.
worth a shot. I don't have a better idea.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna cast Locate Creature.
Okay.
Specify a type, which is human.
Okay.
Found them.
It's Interrogating.
The heralds...
Goodness.
I guess, have all the heralds been human so far? I don't
At least
think they
one
have.
was not. One was a
Yeah.
Gorgon or something.
I guess it's a long shot. It's worth trying it. So anything within 1,000 feet that is human, I'll detect.
Okay.
Let me double check the description again. Make sure it doesn't just like stop on the first one. That should be so.
Yeah.
You've located an Entoria.
It is alphabetical.
Gives me a cue.
Servers are busy.
I don't know letters. All right.
Oh, what a cream.
Yeah. Spell can
Sandwich
locate.
with words.
The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, so long as you have seen such a creature up close within 30 feet. Oh, that's within 30 feet. 1,000 feet is if I know the creature.
Ah, well,
So never mind, it's
no
not-
Antoria.
I'm not gonna cast that thing because I already know it wouldn't
Okay.
be much good.
That's fine.
As well as you
I have to know the person or I've been familiar with it or seen it once before
Alright.
to get the 1,000 range.
Alas.
Yep. Never mind.
Sounds like we were resuming our trek to Alterac.
Okay. Are you doing anything in particular to ward or otherwise try and observe
Sure,
extra normal behavior?
Think about this for a second. So, the water jugs are just being carried out in the open right now, right?
There's maybe a pair of jugs each to each of your lizards, each of them corked.
Alright. We're gonna think for a moment. Do we have, like, blankets, canvas covers, something like that?
You got your bedrolls, which you might be able to get over like one of them.
Most magic requires being able to see what you're aiming at. Maybe if we put them in the blankets, we can get some effect, but I'm grasping at straws here. I admit that freely.
I think that sounds reasonable.
It's worth trying. It doesn't cost us anything.
Alright, we cover, I guess, half of the jugs with a blanket, since that's what it sounds like we can manage
Okay,
with that.
that's fair.
Does anyone have tin foil?
I'm gonna think for a moment longer. Shakes his head. It's the bell I've got. I think I'll just keep an eye on.
You could dump all of the water in the jugs that we can cover.
Is that a reasonable suggestion with the amounts currently in the jugs?
I'm sorry, please say that again.
If we can pool all the
Yeah.
Water into
Like
the five.
consolidate it?
Yeah, consolidate
Yeah.
it into the 5 that are.
Yeah, you can do that, absolutely.
Alright, well then we will
Be a bit of a
consolidate.
process,
There is
but-
one more thing I might be able to do to help ward it, potentially. It
Okay.
may also not help, but I'll cast Guardian of Faith on it, which we've seen before. It's just a floating Holy Guardian that if anything gets near it, they take 20 radiant damage if they're not specified in my safe list.
Got it.
So,
Barbara takes 20 points damage.
so I'll cast that on our water jugs
Okay.
as we rest or whatever.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so we've consolidated the water. They're all covered with blankets. Antorio's watching one of them as best he can while they make their way.
Okay.
I'll take us with I guess because we'd have personal water water
Yeah,
skins.
like water
or
skins
yeah.
and stuff like that.
I'll
sure.
take just a little bit in mine because I assume ours are all empty by now, and I'll just take off my cloak of protection and wrap my water skin in it and just carry it like that.
Okay.
And Antorio will also make sure his personal water skin is covered at all times, even when he's drinking from it. He tries to cover it.
Sure, that's reasonable.
Right?
Alright.
Zorak will stop dumping out his extra water.
Thank you.
It's got a squirt gun. Check it out, guys.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys continue north.
Mhm.
Continue on your way, and unfortunately, maybe about halfway through the day, you're hit by a chance sandstorm.
Dildos.
That obscures your sight, obscures your path on the road, ruins my survival check.
Goodbye, everyone.
13.
22.
23.
21.
Wow.
Oh, so I'll roll real quick since I did before natural one.
Natural 1!
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh my god.
He jumps into the storm and is never seen again.
Okay, so you guys managed to stick together. You guys managed to keep your animals relatively under control. Unfortunately, because maybe just because you're so on edge, maybe because you're just riding on the very precipice of anxiety.
He really does need some medication or something.
Probably should, yes. You take a level of exhaustion.
Perfect.
How does exhaustion work, you ask? Well,
I do
that's a
ask
great
that.
question. Antoria.
Yeah, why don't you explain it to us,
By a
Ernest?
strange spell.
I think the first...
So,
oh,
if
go
I'm
ahead.
correct, the first level might not actually do anything. No, I'm wrong.
Oh, you're wrong. It does do something.
It absolutely does something.
It's horrible.
Exhaustion. Some special abilities and environmental hazards can lead to a special condition called exhaustion. Exhaustion is measured in 6 levels. An effect can give a creature 1 or more levels of exhaustion, as specified in the effect's description. Each is cumulative. Your first effect at your level 1 of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks.
Wonderful. Good. I always fail this anyway, so it's really not a problem.
Sorry, I should have kept reading. I believe you lose a level of exhaustion if you successfully take a long rest.
If you have a long rest and you had full access to water and food and sleepy times, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Which, I mean, you usually do.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's probably going to be fine.
Probably will be okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna just say that Cade probably wore himself out trying to shout orders over the storm. No one can
Stop
blowing! Yeah.
Stop it!
Don't you know who I am?
Albano commands you.
Yeah. Give me a perception check, Antoria, with disadvantage.
Okay.
I can give you inspiration. Give it.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay. Go back to
Might be
normal.
important.
Got a 23.
23. So maybe midway through the storm, you see a flare of those same kind of AoE effects affecting the various jugs around you.
Can I try counterspelling one of them?
Sure, absolutely.
Alright. Sure. Goes a little higher than normal in this one. Is a 4th level or lower spell?
No.
Okay, then I will need to make a check. Is it a 14?
You're
Oh, sorry.
Gonna have so I'm gonna let you do this, but the spell description specifically says that you're trying to do it on a creature you can see.
Oh, I see.
I'll let you do it, but you're gonna do it with disadvantage.
Ah, well, let me keep the...
Because thankfully Bill's already burned his inspiration.
Yes. Well, I will keep the 15 that I rolled and rolled another one.
Okay. That is reasonable.
Which is a 10, so any 9th level or lower spell is cancelled, which is everything in existence.
Unfortunately, it does not seem to work.
Toria looks shocked.
Well, mind, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was a powerful spell. It could also mean that it wasn't a spell that was capable of being countered.
That's...
What's
Great.
the matter?
It happened again during the storm. I tried to counter
Still
it.
going.
Oh,
It's winding down.
Okay, yeah.
it happened again during the
Well,
storm.
Things sound more exhausted.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It happened again during the storm. I even had a chance to stop it, but it didn't work for some reason.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to explain it. It didn't work. I tried countering it, but, well, at this range, it was probably a long shot anyway.
So we didn't have issues coming down here. Why all of a sudden coming back up?
That's a good question.
It's a very good question. You better see how bad the damage is. We'll check the water supplies.
Sure. I mean,
What's left of them.
there was definitely a water supply there this morning.
How far are we from Alterac and how much is left?
Let's not get into it like a zero number.
Okay. Okay, fair.
Deliberation.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
gonna check the one that I had wrapped in my magic
Your
cloak.
water skin, your individual water skins are fine, but they weren't full
Yeah.
necessarily.
No,
They
I-
certainly won't last you another 4.5 days.
No, I basically had one had a mouthful in mine
Yeah.
just for testing.
Well, that's great.
What do you mean?
I hope you had some in your skin.
Yeah, Zorak will be able to drink that just fine.
I had some.
Perhaps we should double time it?
Perhaps we should more than double time it. I think you're going to get your wish. Toria reaches in his back and takes out the ship. Could the ship theoretically get us there in in much less than 4 days?
Hey, that's a great question. Let's take a look at the ship.
Remember, there was much wildlife on our way down.
There should.
I'll turn to Kay and I'll say, remember what I advised the other group.
I remember.
I'm just staring at Zorak.
And Zorak stares at the mounts.
He doesn't.
Did you say mouse?
The mouse.
Oh, the
Phoenixes.
mouse. Right.
He barely drinks water.
Probably has a lot in his shells. I'm thinking like lobster.
We already go. We're not even out of water yet, and we're already there. That's Athas for you.
Yeah.
You don't wait till you're already there.
Marvin's been waiting this whole time. Like, I bet he tastes good.
I want some soft shell crab.
No, Ryan's like, let's just make it an even 3 or an odd 3.
Oh, mercy. If the boat acts the way that has been sold to you, you think you might be able to make it back in 2 days.
Even 2 days is a stretch with no water, but at least it's possible.
Well,
Do
if
have
we,
to feed that boat?
And if we
your need for water is severely diminished if you're not exerting any.
That's true, I suppose.
That's true. You're still traveling overland.
Yeah, we're
in a
still in the heat.
post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
desert wasteland.
Right, but I'm assuming the ship has some sort of canopy or shelter that will get you out of the
When it
sun.
begins, it's just like a big dinghy.
How many people can a big dinghy?
As was described to you,
Not quite all of us, if I
could
remember.
just barely
Okay.
fit all of you.
Okay.
It's not going to be like.
So-
But the point being, none of you will be able to rest adequately while you're all traveling.
There was a thing about feeding. What was that? How did that work?
How often?
It needs to be fed, or it will.
And it grows larger if it's
When?
fed, right? How much? Would
the law was unclear.
a couple mounts suffice in making this a little more comfortable?
Better question is how often we have to feed it. Do we have
Well, it
enough
doesn't
to-
matter.
What
Just
size?
2 days is enough to get us where we need to go.
And then what will deal with the ship then?
Well, yeah.
just fight it at Alterac?
Well, we're 4 days from the place we need to go. We have
With
enough
no water.
Well, we have our own water. That'll get us how far?
I have barely any.
A couple days?
Mine had
A
already
couple
been,
of days. You're kidding, right?
Mine had already been sapped.
Like what you have in your skin is basically enough for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Who's gonna captain it?
We have to take turns, or we'll end up bound to the damn thing.
Who wants to captain it first?
Not you.
I will be the captain.
Not you
You will
either.
not be the captain.
Well, I accept this with honor.
We will all, the 5 of us will all captain it in 5-hour shifts.
Let's get going.
Unpack the mounts unless you want to lose everything they're carrying.
Well, do we want to feed the thing?
Can we...
Well, when you think about it, they're either going to die out here of dehydration or they're going to serve a better cause.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you guys will barely fit inside the boat, you certainly won't be able to take your packs.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
I see.
That's what I was implying.
Well, the
Long
mount-
range traveling packs.
Yeah. Well, if we're taking the boat, it means we're going to lose the mounts, probably.
Like I said, it's better they serve us one final time than rot out here.
We'll need to feed the boat anyway, so might as well see how large it grows.
Agreed, but that's a problem we're going to have to deal with before too long.
Well, let's
We're intending
deal with that when it comes up.
Wonderful.
Pop the cork.
Let's finish unpacking our mounts and stuff.
Unpack the
in
mounts,
case-
everything off of
In
them.
case the boat is hungry immediately.
Remember, if it's hungry, we don't get to stop it from eating.
Well, that's why we have the mounts.
Okay, so you guys take all the packs and such off of the Inixes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we have to basically figure out what we're bringing on board, which is basically our personal belongings, right? All of our
Probably so, yeah.
our long-term packs. I guess we'll just toss that to the side of the road.
We'll see what's necessary.
So it takes about an hour or so to like really
Yeah.
dismantle what you guys have attached to that. In that hour, you guys see something coming from down south.
Like, is it another ship?
This is not.
Oh, we haven't unpacked this one yet.
It looks like a crowd of people. May well be the caravan. They're still too far off to really see.
Ill timing. I don't have to wait for them to pass,
Well,
but I
we
don't
should
want...
probably double time it then.
If it's even them. Tanger, go have a look.
It is indeed them, and well, it's some of them. It seems like their numbers are somewhat depleted from the last time that you saw them.
Like, how many do we think are left, maybe?
There's still maybe a dozen or 15 of them or something like that, but actually one of their Inixes, or not Inixes, but their Kanks is missing. Seem haggard.
Tanger flies back, I guess, and Tori reports, seems like they've hit hard times. About half of them are gone.
Oh, of course they have. They had less water than us, and more people.
Perhaps they had taken my advice to heart.
Perhaps we should move quickly then.
Agreed. If we're going to do this thing at all. We don't know how this thing is going to act when it's first unpacked. Away a bit from the mounts. And Toria sets the bottle in the sand next to the mounts. Not next to, but relatively close.
Sure.
Backs everyone away, and then using telekinesis, because Mage Hand doesn't have the range that he
Of
wants,
course.
he will use telekinesis to uncork the bottle.
Alright, you shatter the bottle. And the boat
Yeah,
is thrown.
wait, it's capable
I
of
know, I
total
know.
fine control.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's so strong.
I imagine it kind of like
dainty.
a surgeon simulator type hand.
I hear it's 1,000 pounds of soil.
Exactly. If you haven't seen
That comment was awesome.
The comment on the video for episode 52, maybe it's the one that's called Gulg, the Forest City. The one in which we are talking specifically about.
I think it was further back than that, like 49 or 50, but anyway, sorry. 52 was last episode.
The one that's called
Yeah, okay, yes.
Gulg, the Forest City,
Yes.
whichever one that is.
Okay.
We were talking very specifically about the 1,000 pounds capacity of the telekinesis spell, whether you could just murder a man just by burying him alive. And someone who actually knows soil density actually mathematically answered the question for us, which is delightful.
Mhm.
So if you haven't seen it, please take a look. Anyway, you uncork the bottle and the boat pops out, and it immediately grows to size. Just sort of
Stop saying ding.
It's a fun word.
What does the face
Skiff.
look like?
It's a skiff.
The face looks like it's kind of elven, as a matter of fact. It's got sort of the weird kind of elongated. You know what it looks like? Is it looks like a Skyrim elf.
Oh,
where
Jesus.
It's like a face, but then bad.
Oh my god, they're horrible.
It's all the
It's
characters.
almost sort of like almond, kind of like bulbous eyes and really kind of stretched features. And it's got almost kind of like a fishy kind of expression, like.
Great.
Just getting there.
Does it move?
Does it look
Just
around?
sits there in the sand. No, it's just like carven out of some sort of green stone.
Well,
That's the entire thing is.
do we want to feed it all of the mounts now?
Let's
or-
try one at a time.
Hello? Boat?
It
is
perhaps
our
needs
lowest
a
hour.
captain. Who's going to captain it first?
I'm
Ventura,
probably better get the
Yeah.
hang of it and
Yeah.
then explain to the rest of you. Do you have a name? As he's walking towards the boat.
I'll follow closely.
Don't walk in front of the boat,
Yeah.
please.
Victoria will try the message spell and ask the same question.
You get no response. Nor do you seem to contact a mind of any kind. It doesn't seem like a sentient kind of thing.
So
It's
should
not like every magical item you come across is sentient.
Maybe I have
just every
to.
other
I can't
one.
believe it doesn't have a
I
wacky
mean, not
voice.
even all of the player characters are sentient.
It's true.
Maybe I have to get in the damn thing first.
It does seem that way.
And Torio will try to get into the captainy position of the dinghy.
Is it like a hat?
There is no hat.
Damn it!
Aw.
This game sucks.
No, there's just a position at the till at the very back where you can steer it.
Alright, and Torio takes position at the till.
Okay. And you feel as though once you've put your hand on it that you could use your mind to simply command it to go.
Okay. Can I check its like hunger meter?
Does it meet a
What do you
different
think
HUD?
this is? Like,
A different HUD.
more specifically, more Dark Sunsy. Can I check how satiated it seems to be? And
Tap X to feed.
you don't get any kind of sensation like that at all. Like, as far as you can tell, other than the weird sensation of like knowing that you are able to command it to move forward, it looks just like a big old statue of just a stupid silt skimmer that doesn't have a sail or wheels.
get on board.
I'm on board.
Yep.
Alright.
Can we, actually before we do that, perhaps you and me, we could carry a few extra things that the packs used to be carrying, so we have some more food to last us, just in case.
Yeah,
I
I
brought
mean,
enough food for me.
we should bring as much food as we can.
Yeah.
I assume that we'll bring whatever supplies we can, but
Yeah,
but
I
that's
guess.
pretty tight.
With my extra arms, I'll take a few extra things,
Okay.
and like an
I
extra
stuff my
satchel or
mouth
something, I
full.
guess.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
It's
Might-
enough for one day.
You might want to hold on to something. And Toria tries to give it a directive to move towards the closest mount.
Oh boy. Okay. It doesn't do that, but it does go forward in the manner of a boat.
Okay, he tries steering it towards the closest mount
Okay.
at a slow speed.
No. Can you control its speed?
He's trying to. That's his intent.
So it's not going terribly fast. It's maybe going at like brisk walk speed or something like that. And you try and steer it, but not knowing how a boat works, you of course turn it the wrong way.
And
I'll
indicating.
turn it the other way.
Well, no. By the time you figured out your mistake, it's done what a boat does and just gone in a full circle.
Lovely. How do you steer this blasted?
Everyone shifts to the side.
Alright, let's try this again.
The mounts seem visibly upset by what's going
I
on.
mean, I'm a little upset by that Skyrim face.
And Toria will try again, having hopefully a little better idea how this is working now.
Sure,
To steer it
absolutely.
towards a mount.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wyvern Slayer donated $5. He'll be the first to die. Wyvern Slayer says boat needs food badly.
Doesn't seem to act like
Yeah.
it.
No, it doesn't. Until you roll
Jesus,
up
no.
one of the Phoenixes. At which point it literally you all feel the thing bucking as the entire mouth of the thing just extra naturally just
Unhinges its jaw.
turns into this just massive gape and begins just gnashing down like a shark onto this horrible mangled lizard. Blood flies everywhere across the sand as it's consumed bodily. It eats everything, the scales, the bone, everything.
Water.
The rest of the Enixes, of course, take off
One moment.
Sure.
Antorio will gesture at one of them.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Are you gonna try
How
to
are we not
dominate
a group
it?
of evil characters?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not good.
Actually,
I'll tell you that.
telekinesis is
Neither
still
am
up.
I.
Sure.
He will attempt to arrest the movement of the nearest Enix.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You
It
can
is-
tell that it's like in full fight or flight mode, but you wrangle it. Well, hang on.
My strength's pretty impressive with
But
telekinesis.
how heavy are Enixes? That's a great question,
that's a good-
Brendan.
Well, when you're moving a creature, it uses different rules anyway. It doesn't use the weight limit.
Oh, excuse
It's a
me.
strength contest, but I get to use int instead.
Fine. Why don't you give me a check?
Let me make sure of all the details real quick since we haven't done this. Creature, you can try to move a huge or smaller creature. Make an ability check with your spellcasting ability, contested by strength. If you win the contest, you can move it 30 feet, including upward.
Okay.
Until the end
Oh
of your
my
next...
god, pick it up and drop it into the mouth from above.
Alright, so spellcasting ability. Got a 19.
19. You beat my check by 1 point.
Oh my god.
You rest the thing and
Just
lift it up.
just
in the
yank it
air.
right in. I'm not moving it there. I'm moving it right towards the mouth.
Antoria.
Can you get the other one?
That was rad.
Is the boat grown ill?
No.
Let's see. What's the range on telekinesis?
Oh my god.
Gosh.
60 feet. I don't think any more are in range,
No,
probably.
they're sprinting their lives.
Antoria, this is some horrific magic.
This is nothing. You should have seen what he did to those folks in their beds.
Well,
He
food
cast
is
the knife
food.
spell.
Oh, he burned those
That's
guys.
right, he did. I
He burned
forgot
those
about
guys.
that.
He didn't knife them.
Oh, that's right. You
He
knifed
knifed
them
them.
alive while they were sleeping. That was the guy.
They were awake. They were swearing their defiler master was going to save them or avenge them or something.
Defiler.
Okay, their master who was harboring a defiler. Our master will avenge us. It's like, no, now you're on the defiler side. You can die without...
There's no such thing as defilers. This is just some fantasy
Yeah.
concoction.
Antoria's just fucking nuts.
Turns out he's the more insane one of the party, even
Of course,
Cade.
of course.
Yeah, the lich.
Marcus would like to look at the approaching caravan and see if they've got any.
Yeah, running in the other direction.
They seem to have slowed to a stop in light of the fact that they can see a blood geyser.
Well,
Well,
shall we get going?
2 is apparently all we're getting. Let's go.
So this thing's supposed to grow, isn't it? How long does that take?
We don't
After
know.
it's eaten
My
enough,
leg
I
is
thought.
cramping up something fierce.
You're so small, you barely take up any room.
Well, that's unfortunate, but let's keep
Well,
going.
you guys set off down the road, and it's kind of nice to be moving briskly. But it's very uncomfortable. Oh yeah, I should probably have some boat music.
Yeah. Where's our airship
Oh, well.
theme?
Do we have a nice breeze?
You know, it would be a lot nicer if your arms weren't full of stuff and you weren't covered in blood and you weren't just crammed in. And unfortunately, you guys are able to travel relatively successfully, but given the conditions and the stress of what you're undertaking, I'd ask you guys each for a Constitution check.
What's that?
24.
24, good grade.
22.
32.
10.
8.
Jeez.
Zorak and Cade, you each take a level of exhaustion.
What is level 2 exhaustion?
Level 2
What do I get for
exhaustion is that you can only move at half speed.
Good.
Yeah, that's great.
That's fine.
Exhaustionometer.
Cade will sort of be getting like noticeably droopier as the
Yeah.
bumpy journey goes on. To the point where he's like sort of like slumped against Marcus.
Steady there. What's wrong?
What? I'm fine.
Medicine
What's
check
wrong?
to dispute.
Nothing. I'm
Nothing is
fine.
right. Look at what happens. We're riding a monster.
He's not wrong.
Is a 10 enough to diagnose level 2 exhaustion?
Oh, sure.
Toria kind of gives you a look.
What? I'm fine.
You're dehydrated.
Yes. We don't have any water and we're in the desert riding a monster.
Just saying, that's your problem.
Would 8
Fine.
Were we just saying that the weak must give way to the needs?
I'm sorry.
That's
Many-
what we were.
The weak inherit the earth. No, that's not it.
What's the
I'm
earth?
not good with animals.
Our planets.
You're not wrong. Oh, there's the boat music that we were looking for.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Great.
So
good.
happy.
So the rest of the day passes. You guys have made some good distance, but
Well, who switched off 5 hours in?
that's a great question.
Oh, is that where you're
It's-
getting to?
Well, I was skipping ahead. But,
Okay.
You guys did say you're going to switch off. What is
Yes.
the order in which you're switching off?
I guess I could go next.
We should probably get Cade before he passes out.
I'm fine.
I'll go next.
Okay.
All right.
You can
Another
sleep.
5 passes.
Fine.
5 hours pass.
Mr. Fine will go next.
Okay. So
That's my
actually,
suicide boy name.
about
Mr. Fine.
about an hour and a half into your shift, Cade, give me a perception check.
Is this a disadvantage?
It is.
Yeah.
Marcus has gone overboard.
Good. Search up my lines.
11.
11. You notice some sort of a haze off on the side of the road.
Well, I'll continue captaining it normally, but I'll
Okay.
say, Antoria,
Hmm?
do you see that?
Do I see it?
Sure.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
What is it?
It looks as though, I don't know, maybe some trees, maybe a couple of shrubs or something like that.
Should there be such a thing where we are?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we're in the middle of Athas. Should there be-
On this entire
There's
planet.
oases, there's
Oh.
watering holes and stuff like that, sure.
Might
But
be
give me an
always.
intelligence check.
24.
24. You don't remember passing it on your way south in the first place.
Toria kind of glares at it suspiciously. Let's just keep going.
Yes, I agree.
I don't like it. It wasn't here when we came this way.
I remember it. Let's go.
Though, people behind us probably won't be so discerning. Fortunately, our circumstances don't allow us to be altruistic.
We don't even
Marcus.
They'll make it this far.
Give me a wisdom check. Excuse me, give me a wisdom save.
Save.
You get your undergracer from 1 plus 2.
2. 13.
13. You heard what they were talking about. You can see some water over there. Oh, he looks really
Such
good.
a thirsty guy.
We should really stop for water.
You're probably gonna get some.
Like, don't.
It's
Marcus.
probably really easy just to get out of this boat.
It's
It's not going that fast.
It's going pretty much. I'm gonna run you over. Just get out of this boat.
Tuck and roll, Grandpa.
How far are we? Have we passed like where it is yet?
No, it's coming up. It's maybe
coming up.
like another 50 or 60 feet.
Okay. We should stop the boat.
I don't think that's a good idea.
How far are we from Alterac now?
Another day's travel or so.
We're
You're continuing on at your present speed.
Like,
We're only a day away from Alterac. I don't trust that. It wasn't here before.
no, and somebody's deliberately fucking with us.
Whatever it is these guys are talking about, it's not going to stop you from making an athletics check. It's talking about
Sure. Yeah, I believe you.
give me an athletics check.
Can we,
Oh,
can
but
we
it's
roll?
still.
Can we roll to catch him?
You mean pulled it?
Your,
You mean
your
pulled-
arms are full of backpacks.
You're right.
You had to have your trapper keeper.
Yeah.
Where's athletics? Oh, there it is. 22.
22. Oh man, you've never been in a boat before, but you've been on plenty of moving objects. And you are a literal champion at just.
Marcus, what are you doing?
Stop the boat.
Stop the boat.
Boat stopping?
Yeah, it just stops
And-
immediately
and-
as soon as you tell us it.
How-
Actually, everyone has to sort of
Yeah.
grab themselves not to. There's no seatbelts.
They don't have those in there.
No,
How
of course
far?
not.
How far away is
They're
Marcus?
Shard bells.
Sorry.
How far away is Marcus?
I mean, he's getting further away now that he's wandering towards the oasis.
Is he within 60 still?
Yeah,
Is
totally.
he, is he
And
moving?
Toria will gesture at him.
Pace?
He explodes into blood.
Marcus needs to make a wisdom save against a spell that I assume under his compulsion he doesn't want to affect him.
You're probably outside of Grace of Monty by this point.
Oh, fine.
I mean, well,
I got a natural 1.
A natural
Okay,
one.
Marcus is paralyzed.
I run him over with the boat.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
I told him not to get out.
Toria takes out a rope, tie him up. I won't hold for long.
I'll take the rope and I'll like jump out of the boat like I would normally, just like land and hit the dirt, and then clamber to my feet and drag my ass over towards Marcus.
Perhaps you had better help him, Zorak.
Alright,
Give me a
fine.
perception check.
set down the bags, and I'll help.
16.
16. You notice a familiar form off standing next to one of the trees at the oasis.
Familiar in what way?
Familiar. She's dressed for battle, it looks like, but she's hairless. She seems
Like a mole?
like a mole, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend mole?
It might be, yeah.
Is there anyone else out there, or is she just standing there by
You
herself?
see just her. Just her. Just her.
I'll point to Antoria and I'll say, Antoria, do you see anyone over there?
Victoria looks over there. Does Victoria see anyone?
As a matter of fact, you also see a female mole gladiator.
Do I recognize her as the same one?
Yeah. She disappears behind the tree. But not like vanishes, just like steps.
It's more fakery, just like the water. Ignore it.
I'll be like
But
Dragon
you saw
Marcus.
that, right?
I saw it, and it's fakery, just like everything else.
That's
The sooner we get away from this damn
Just
thing,
like,
the better off
are
we
we gonna
all
time to the
are.
back of
I
the
mean,
boat?
I don't disagree.
Hear what happens when an exhausted force hits an immovable object.
Doesn't make sense.
Antoria,
why she
how
would
long
be
does this
out here on her
damn
own.
paralysis
Not
last?
very long. Time up.
He's tied. I just have to get him back to the boat.
Yeah.
Actually, give me a survival check for tying up.
Yeah, he probably gets another save too. It
yeah.
gives periodic saving throws.
Oh, sure.
God.
I'm helping.
If you beat a 17, let me know.
So are you assisting me then? Is that how we want to do it?
Yeah, I don't know. Should we both do survival checks? Or
It
should
wasn't
No,
save,
you
yeah.
should assist him.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Cade would not relinquish control
Okay.
unless
No, of
Antoria
course
told
not.
him to. So, okay,
But
so
you'll, of course, have disadvantage.
well, it makes it
Yes,
a regular
it
roll now,
does,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
No.
But I'm also tired, so.
Oh, that's right. You also have disadvantage.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So can you even assist me then, or how do we want to
No,
do that?
absolutely not.
Okay.
Then, well,
Suppose that thing is,
15.
you say there's a magic
15.
thing,
You
it's
know,
controlled by the
it's-
same
you don't
thing
want anyone
that's
to, like, watch you doing it, but you manage.
eating our
yeah,
water.
they're not pretty.
But why would it want to bring us to it? It's doing a perfectly fine job of killing us off without bringing us to it and exposing itself.
Maybe,
Come on, Marcus.
I don't know.
Dragging his unconscious body.
Why would it, okay, well, by that same logic, if it's doing a perfectly fine job of killing us, why would it want us to go over there?
I don't know, but I don't want to play its game, whatever that is.
I can't disagree.
So me and Zor work on dragging Marcus back towards
Yeah.
the boat.
Okay.
It's a sad sight all around.
It's not
The
great.
two most tired people.
And
are
he's
the ones
not
trying
easy to
make
move
it.
normally.
How far away from the boat did he manage to get?
Maybe like 20 or 30 feet.
Oh.
Well, I mean, he jumped out and started walking.
Yeah.
You didn't stop the boat until a little ways away, so he's more than that.
Okay.
Like, can you bring the boat closer to us?
Sure, and Tori will get in and steer the boat a little closer.
He's
Okay.
alarming
Wait, are
me.
you allowed to?
It's
Go
actually,
reverse?
it's been a fair number of hours since Antoria was, because he was the first
Okay.
one.
Okay. The boat is headed straight for Marcus.
Not straight for it, he's way up alongside. We're not in eating mode.
Alright, alright.
And he stops it relatively close.
And then I'll like look at Marcus and look up.
I
at
have
the
to let him
boat.
out at some point. And spell ends.
Oh no! So you're tied up.
Where's the water?
There's no water.
There's no water there.
in the boat.
Marcus still see the oasis.
I mean, you all see the oasis.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Okay. Well then Marcus is
get-
gonna start walking towards the oasis.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to.
Someone's tied you up.
I'm gonna try to hold on to the
Start
rope.
hopping.
Give
Yeah.
me, okay. Give me an athletics check.
Can I do a contesting athletics check?
You can try and grapple, I'm sure.
26.
26, you're a hopping machine.
Holy shit.
I will try to grapple
All
him.
the elements! Gestures again. Different spell. Same wisdom save.
You still under grace of mine.
Oh man. 11.
No, you're under grace of the mod. Oh, you added it.
Oh. Turns into a normal-sized moleworm.
What?
Mole worm?
Yeah, moleworm. It's a normal-sized one.
It's like a caterpillar, but without legs.
How
And
big
blind,
are
it can move
they?
1 foot per round. It's
No.
actually buried in the ropes, probably.
Yeah, the ropes fall away.
Oh good. I'm free!
Shuffle the ropes around and I'll pick up this. I'm like, this picture's of bases holding slugs. I'm gonna grapple Marcus
Put it in the bag.
and I'm gonna put him in the bag.
And Toria ties the bag up. We've got an hour, let's get
I'm
moving.
gonna have the rope up
Yeah.
and then climb my ass up into the boat. Like, it's not pretty. It's like,
Good.
We have an hour to get away from
Everyone
this.
give me a perception check.
Do I have disadvantage?
Yes, of course.
Wait, Mole's
The
in
Moleworm does not.
Yeah, he's blind.
You're a bug. You're a
15.
bag. 15?
Yep.
That's not bad.
It's better than I was
14.
rolling
14.
before I had
13.
13. So you're not sure where she came from, but Lalali Pai is standing between you and the Oasis.
I'm gonna
What's
like
going on here?
look for a second. I'm gonna
Let's
make-
go.
Should I make a
Let's
like
go
what would be
She
like
speaks.
maintaining sanity check? Would it be like wisdom? What would we do
What
here?
are you talking about? You're perfectly fine.
No. I'm just like no. I'm more thinking of Cade and his condition.
Give me a
check.
Wiz is fine.
As a drug
With
addict?
a
Of course.
Yeah, of course. 8. Not great.
You, I mean,
I'm gonna look at her
Things have
for
been
a
worse.
second. I'm gonna like reach back and I'm gonna steer the boat towards her. In a modest name!
an inhuman shriek as she dissolves into some sort of horrible, like, whirlwind of sand that is just like disintegrating as the horrible, horrible boat just gnashes into her with its horrible, pointy green.
Oh, like, as if I'm just letting her death wash over me.
Oh my god, we killed the sorcerer.
It's like you're being sandblasted, but
That's
in
fine.
Ryan's name.
Yeah.
And sure enough, as that's happening, you can see like the image of the Oasis just sort of like flickering and like collapsing like a bad dream from Inception or something like that. Everything is just falling apart and crumbling almost as if it too was made of sand.
Did we just kill a sorcerer queen?
I doubt it. Oh, right.
Marcus is still alive.
Sorry, opens the bag, quietly deposits the Mulworm,
There's actually more room on the boat with
and
him like that.
I'm not keeping him as a Mulworm for no reason. He ends the spell.
What?
Sorry about that. You were being mind controlled. It was the only way I had of stopping you.
You're apparently possessed by something, and that something is now
That
inside
was
the boat.
possessed by thirst. What did I kill?
We don't know.
Arcana or nature check to identify creatures associated with fake.
I'll do nature, sure.
Yeah, you can do nature, I'll do Arcana.
Damn!
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
And a 27.
Fucking shit.
Well, my goodness.
Just want to give us the monster manual for a minute.
I was a moleworm.
Yep.
That's
Oh, it was a sorcerer
Yes.
They also explode in a terrible cloud of poison if they're attacked. They have 1 hit point.
Yeah,
They're super great.
they are good.
I love them.
You turned something else into one of those.
The Wraith.
Yeah. Oh, that's right!
Yeah.
It's the safest form to turn something into because it's
Yeah.
blind, it moves 1 foot per round.
Horrifying creatures said to come from the lands within the wind. Sand brides are twisted creatures once strongly tied to arcane magic, but now corrupted by the defilement of Athas. Sand brides were once vibrant and benevolent fey creatures, but the exile from their slowly disintegrating homeland has driven them to madness. Unexpected oases, out-of-place emporiums, and sheltering ruins grant timely respite, but should also sound warnings to the desert traveler. Sand brides create elaborate mirages that appear to be such comforting sights and can destroy water in order to entice travelers to their homes.
That was the creature. A sand bride.
See, if you just known that, you could have skipped the entire session.
And
So
I'll
now
sort
we
of
can
nod
go
and
back
be
to
like,
where we were going.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why I
we
ran
need
it over.
water. Well, we still need to replenish our water supply and get to Alterac for that
Why
matter.
expose themselves now?
Because we were getting away.
Also, we were growing weak and tired. It probably saw its opportunity to entice us to stop.
Well, you're all welcome.
Well, we're not out of the
Hey,
desert.
take a point of inspiration.
Well, we're not out of the desert yet. We still have a day's travel to Alterac and no water.
Then let's do it. I'm gonna
Also, Marcus, take a point of inspiration for
being a Mulworm.
being so sporting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't normally.
No, that was great. These are really the bugs.
Yeah, this game would be
Too
improved if
late.
we were all worms.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the boat towards Alterac.
At least we know it wasn't the Heralds.
By the way, Cade's probably looking like he probably had an adrenaline surge when he briefly thought he was gonna kill a sorcerer king
Like,
and
you
queen.
popped a blood
But-
vein in your eye.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, he's probably looking really bad by this point.
Toria looks at the aether petals he had before. Does that look like something that might help with exhaustion?
Oh, absolutely.
Like how completely would it help with exhaustion?
Maybe 1 level per.
I see. And he's at 2 still?
Well, excuse me, he is still at 2. They would definitely help, but without the... They would definitely help alleviate the effects, but they wouldn't actually remove the condition until he's properly rested.
Right, that makes sense. Okay. And Toria doesn't
A
do...
temporary forestallment.
I'd also
enough.
like to try lesser restoration. I doubt it's going to work. But
Absolutely.
I think it won't, because Greater specifically says it removes exhaustion levels. I know
Yeah,
Lesser's
you
not
might be right.
gonna
Yep.
do it.
But I'll try it anyway.
Alright, it doesn't work.
I told you I'm
Thank
fine.
you.
We just need to get back. I'm just thirsty.
We all need to get back. Let's go.
Okay.
Head off.
So,
Continuing to cycle through captains.
through the night?
I can take the night watches.
No, just generally speaking, would it be better to rest even though we don't have water, or better just to speed on to where the water is?
So you don't have adequate supplies to rest at this point. That said, you would take more points of exhaustion if you continue to travel.
Even though there's nothing to drink, I think we should rest.
Shouldn't we just get going?
No, it'll be worse, trust me.
You could also,
Doesn't that set us up for being ambushed or attacked out here by another one of those sand brides?
If
It's hard to imagine more than one that close together, but
Well, was it hard to imagine one to begin with?
I'll abide by the group's decision. If you want to press on, by all means,
it's
but
impossible to rest on the boat, right?
Absolutely.
yeah, we have to stop moving for the duration of the rest.
And if the damn thing gets hungry in the night,
Yeah, we don't have anything to feed it.
it will come straight for us.
I say we just go. Press on.
That seems to be the consensus, then we'll continue.
Alright.
Any updates to the size of the boat?
Not at present, no. So Cade's shift goes past sunset. Who's taken after that?
I can take the next one.
Okay. And yours butts up right up against midnight.
When the boat turns evil.
Always.
Yeah, it's really the
Is it
worst
a
thing.
full moon? Is it a wereboat now?
It is not a weirboat.
Okay.
I'll just sort of like rattle around between people while we're going.
And then who's taking over after Phil? Okay. Then yours will.
Are there any oases?
You don't see any, no.
I run them over.
But you're having trouble just seeing clearly in the first place. You're
That's
very
fair.
tired. Desperate to continue on. But sure enough, the sun comes up and everything seems alright. The boat is still cramped, but everyone's still here.
Who's next?
It's my turn again.
It's Antoria.
Toria takes back over for his second shift.
I
Very
didn't
well.
mean to offend you about your mother.
That's not true.
No, he really didn't. This is how he feels.
We'll talk of it later. Rest.
You guys continue exchanging
Marcus.
shifts. Everyone takes another point of exhaustion, unfortunately.
Good. What do I get?
No
for
save on it
three
this
ticks?
time?
There's no save for
Oof.
such conditions. Exhaustion level 3.
Oh
Place
man.
for that anymore?
Yeah.
No, just remember it.
Usually not something that comes up that
I think
often,
that might be
honestly.
the first time, or the second
Second
time
time.
we've ever had it come up.
In any D&D game ever.
Oh,
The
man.
forced march to Tyr after we fled
Yeah.
from the dungeon was the other time.
Good call. Man, oh man.
That was part of what made it so insane that we did what we did.
Yep.
Exhaustion level 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
By the way, spoiler, 6 is you die.
is.
It's not even a question anymore.
That's good.
At last.
Yeah.
Release.
Come on, I wouldn't want that. Come on.
No.
How far are we from Alterac now?
Or maybe you think maybe a half day, but it's difficult to say. You know, you're starting to lose track of your sense of time, your sense of distance. Every now and then you think, wait, is that just another oasis? No, it's just a mirage. Now it's just your actual mind playing tricks on you, not some extraplanar force. You're pretty sure.
Do you still have a good, like, do you still have like a road that we're following? makes sense.
You do.
To make a map.
As a matter of fact, Kirby, right behind you, there's a map.
Oh.
You would splay that across where we have the Dark Sun map at present.
Clang.
I don't have a boat miniature, unfortunately, but you guys can arrange yourselves
You're like an empty
sort of close quarters for where that's too big.
like, oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah, you did it.
There you go.
The fuck out
Well, you're not getting inspiration for that.
Aww.
Yeah,
But I tried so hard.
I know.
Danger can be our boat.
You don't need no boat.
I think Danger needs water too.
It's the middle of
He's
the
a
day.
magical creature, he doesn't need shit.
It's at the time when the sun is highest, that is most merciless. You can still feel its heat, but you can tell there's something wrong. There's some extra pointer, some sort of supernatural darkness encroaching. You don't see any clouds in the sky necessarily. You don't see any cliffs or buildings or anything like that, but still you get the sense that there is something terrible, something looming,
See, what did I tell you? Another one of those sand things.
something over,
Victoria, what's that?
some kind of general dread that you've not felt before. No.
Oh, General Dread.
No, yeah.
I like him.
Sure, it's an honor.
No, that's not true. A couple of you experienced some sort of brief sensation. That was almost a nightmare that you'd experienced once before.
Toria will quickly pass the petals to Cade and says, "Eat these, don't ask questions." Assuming, is eating them the correct method of applying them?
That's a great question.
I hope so, because that's what I'm doing.
Oh, do I see
I
them?
got
No, you've never
Hold on,
encountered them
do I
before.
see them?
No, you guys can identify them.
Yeah, I actually got a pretty decent read on them.
Yeah, that's true. You think that probably mixing them up as tea would probably be most appropriate, but at a pinch, maybe chewing them up would be fine.
I mean,
Don't spit them out.
Do I see what you're doing?
He passed him a bunch of petals. He wasn't trying to hide it, but he didn't exactly go out
I
of
mean,
his way.
he's probably like reaching over you in order to
Because I have a lot of medicine knowledge. I could probably like identify the best way to apply them, or
could.
something to do, I guess, with them at disadvantage.
Of course.
It's still pretty good. That's a 16.
16 is not bad, but you also have like a ton of stuff in your hands, so it's kind of difficult to see what's going on. You're not
Okay.
really sure.
That's fine.
But at the same time, almost all of you sort of have this strange kind of
What is that?
paranoia about you, this
I stuffed the
strange kind
petals
of
in my mouth.
sensation, this feeling as though, come on, come on, there we go.
Oh, the suspense. I can't
Oh
take
my
it.
god, why is my attack? Of course, that's exactly what would happen.
Oh.
It's not that fresh.
Yeah. Oh, but the camera started working again.
Oh.
Remember when that was broken?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I just plugged it into something different.
There we go.
I chow down on some petals. It's like one stuck to
They
my
stick
face.
in your throat.
Toria, these are horrible.
No kidding, eat them.
I am!
There's a wave of darkness, a terrible flap,
Oh.
Okay, the sun's gone.
a horrible sense that the master has arrived. The one that commands, the one responsible for all the horrible desolation you have seen, for the state of the world. The one creature, this whole horrible wasteland that has absolutely no fear, who all of the Sorcerer Kings will bend the knee to when the day comes. There is a mighty roar.
Oh
It crash lands.
I feed him to the boat.
And the boat, with the impact of the mighty thing, goes spiraling through the air and each of you falls out. The thing lodges itself in the sand as you each fall out of the thing. The dragon has gone.
I'll scramble to my feet and raise my shield.
Burying
What
myself
good that
in
will
sand.
do.
Kate doesn't know about scripted losses.
What are you talking about? You've totally got a chance.
Is this a fight that you need to pick up the special weapon?
I use the pray command.
So, can I do a
Yes.
religion? I'm just trying to figure out what Cade's
Take on the dragon. would
Well, I
be?
mean, I understand what it is, but what his perspective would be. Like,
You can absolutely. do
would he
that.
believe that Hamanu was outside of its power? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on there?
Yeah, that's fine.
5. I mean, come on, guys. This should be the one thing that he knows without a roll.
Maybe. So it'd be wrong to say that you think that like, oh, Hamanu is like scared to death of this.
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
But Hamanu is never presented in opposition to the dragon, certainly.
Right.
And word is made of sacrifices given to the dragon by all the city-states, Europe included.
So I wouldn't necessarily view the dragon as an enemy of Hamanu in that case.
I mean, the dragon is the ultimate boogeyman.
Sure.
It is the thing out there that will eventually kill you. It is
Yeah.
the thing that all families from all walks of life regard as the great evil of the world, but also its master. It's
Yeah.
the thing that has dominion over everything.
Right.
It's as close to the thing that the world has as to a god above and beyond the sorcery.
I guess what I'm
The
trying to
great
get at
unstoppable force, right?
Sure.
is as Hamanu's lapdog, it wouldn't necessarily be my instinct to immediately attack this thing.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, then I'll just raise my shield.
Especially because it's very big.
Well, that Kate
quite-
would literally die on it if that was.
Of course, Centuria's looking at the biggest defiler on Athas right now.
Yeah,
He's huge.
He's so
like
big.
The Snorlax of Defilers.
he's literally big.
I wish he was just a Snorlax.
Marcus is gonna get up from the getting knocked off the boat.
Sure.
And then
Victoria will do the same.
kneel with Sirfon on the ground.
Wow, you're such a fucking god damn. Anyone
Kneel to anything.
anyone flexes a little bit of muscle and Marcus is on their fucking side.
Marcus
Let's
is right power.
back up a bit.
I'll step. How am I feeling, by the way? How are those
I guess
penalties for
standard
me?
rainfall.
They temporarily removed the effects of your highest level exhaustion.
Okay, sweet.
So you're back to normal attack rolls
I'll
and stuff.
I'll stumble forward a step.
I would keep my distance.
Marvin, what are you doing?
I am readying a spell.
Okay. Do you have your mustache on? One amongst you insolent churls knows your place. Even if you do, man stolen corrupt.
I'm gonna like subtly shift so my shield is between the dragon and Antoria. Just like trembling with exhaustion, but
Madness has swept across my realm. Long enough. Such interference would be acceptable. If not for this rascal who dares escape my kingdom. Glaring at Marcus.
All yours.
Yeah.
Party leaves.
oh, that's no problem. We were actually looking to get rid of that guy. So let's get on our boat. I'll look at Marvin and the dragon. I'm gonna step back. Sorry, bum. Sorry, bum.
Zero will step up in front of him a little bit.
Wow. No one has ever done that before.
I don't like bugs.
Victoria actually steps forward a little bit.
Antoria, be careful.
Just try to get over there.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but this is.
I'd like to think this is the moment in the movie where like I win because I have my friends.
Yeah, everyone like
The
just shoves
enemy
you
is
forward.
like, you'll never win because I have power of love on my side.
And they're like, no, just take him. It's good. No, it's fine.
Zora will speak up. Oh, great and powerful one. I do not know what this one has done to offend you, but we together are on a mission, a great mission, to save Athas from the almighty Dust Kraken. Some wish to release it.
Dust Kraken is controlled by my magics, by my command of this world. This one, the simulacrum, is my charge.
you defend it. Embassy of the Elementals.
I'm here to serve Athas, and Athas clearly has something for this one. And there are those who would go against you and wish to unbind your magic, and are actively doing so. And we are all the stems between them and doing what they are doing.
You give me kind of like a check.
At disadvantage? Sure!
Of course.
Yeah.
I'll give you a...
Intimidation.
I guess persuasion.
Sure.
Natural 20, but it's disadvantage, so 14.
14.
It's like putty in your hands.
There's a spark of pink psionic energy that flares from his eyes. You fly up into the air, and then fall.
Excellent.
You take.
Goodbye, Bill.
59 points of fall damage.
Ouch! I'm up, but that hurt.
You, Plentus Law Weaver.
I'll still sort of be like half in front of him. I'll pick my shield back up with apparent difficulty.
Tori does give him a polite bow when he's directly addressed. What would you have of us in Draconic?
You know what this one represents. The
I-
undoing of the world.
I had gotten hints of that impression. But he is also currently helping to save it.
And you, homunculus that you are, what would you say in your own defense?
I've done nothing wrong here.
Your very existence,
A list of crimes. Like,
All the towns he's burned.
Yeah.
I think
blight upon the world.
you are speaking such things, yet you have proven nothing. You have brought no evidence to suggest that you are correct in these matters. What's to say that you're not the one?
I am the ruler of Urdraxa, the king of Ebe, slayer of the Warbringer, keeper of his eternal risen. I am the king of Athas, the ruler of this world. You are mine to do it as you please.
Takes a step forward, which is not insignificant given his bulk.
I'm gonna try to brush Antoria back a step with my...
Shrugs him off for the moment and looking directly at Boris and bowing again. Are you aware of what the Far Heralds are trying to do? I've seen the future it leads to.
Future. The future is that which I will.
Get out the head, quickly! It's the only thing
The
you
head!
might listen
Frosties.
What? Oh, the magic lamp?
I'm kind of on the ground, like, that hurt.
All of his
Yeah.
limbs are broken.
Yeah. Here's the lamp, the genie in the
to.
lamp.
Are you familiar with Lord Pharistes?
Neophyte in the ways of the mind.
That may be, but he is ancient. Not as ancient as you, but
I'm
ancient.
very old.
He can verify what we say.
Dragon of Athas, I've long admired your works. I swear my ever unchanging allegiance to your majesty.
Another that knows his place in the world. What was this meant to prove? That some trinket will swear loyalty?
for Ristes, tell him about the Far Heralds and what you learned.
Oh, sure, yes. Yeah, there's totally a cult. They're not so bad. I mean, I haven't had much problem with them. Lord Boreas, perhaps one such as you wouldn't mirror ants. Do you even know what ants are? They're very small. What is like an ant to you? Like a kank. They're like kanks to you. They're not very... They're fine.
Zorax struggles to stand to his feet.
Okay.
And the pillars, they're attempting to undo the pillars.
The pillars, the sorcerer kings, hold dominion over such objects. What would you know of such ancient relics?
The Far Heralds, they've been undoing them. Whatever it is they bind or control, they've been slowly working them down. And we've been fighting them back to restore them.
And you may be unaware, but your Sorcerer King and Sorcerer Queen friends haven't exactly been doing a stand-up job. King Kalak is dead, his pillar unguarded. King Nibene is missing, his pillar unguarded. Abalek Ray is doing who the hell knows what because her own High Templar was corrupting her own pillar. Abalek Ray... The list goes on. Are any of them tending to their pillars anymore?
Are there you giving me?
And Coria's...
I'm giving. If you so again, as always the case, if you make a good case, then that will influence whatever your dialogue is.
And Toria will add to his an arcane explanation of what Lily Lopai was doing with her pillar.
That'll pull over the dragon. Lecture.
He's like,
Not a lecture.
Sure. You're using arcane terminology.
Yes.
I'll do persuasion again.
So that it sounds like he knows what he's talking about. 19.
You have disadvantage.
19's not bad.
No disadvantage. Exceptional one.
Ability check. Fuck.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
That dropped it to a 12.
A 12. The dragon looks bemused.
If a dragon can look bemused.
Well, he's like quirking a grin.
Like cocks one scaly eyebrow.
As if. If you are so devoted to my world, so insistent on policing the champions, then you shall do so, as this one has done, on your knees.
Zorak will do so.
Wait, disadvantage. Very slowly, Toria gets to one knee.
You're tired.
Oh no! Yes,
No, he's from Europe.
Cade's real tired.
He's pretty nice right now.
And Toria whispers in a kind of aside, "Your own lord obeys this creature. How can you refuse?" Do you have any idea how angry your lord will be if you die over such a nonsensical thing as refusing this?
Fine!
I'll take a knee.
As it should be.
He extends a claw. And the life literally just pours out of the sand. It's just ash, like instantaneously. Like if there was ever anything there to begin with.
I'm already reaching out to Antoria's shoulder.
But like a snake through the ground, these tendrils of power extends to the four of you. And almost immediately you can feel there's some part of your life that is his. You just take another level of exhaustion.
Good. What does that give me?
That's back to 3.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But 4 effectively when the pedals were
Or
off.
when the pedals were off.
So I was originally putting my hand on Antoria's shoulder to like keep
Sure.
him down, but now I'm gonna sort of like
course,
slump
of course.
against him instead.
Now, as the slaves that you are,
Is he just ignoring Marvin?
Bring this one to me.
Do we have entire control over ourselves?
You do.
Okay. Marcus is just gonna kind of shifty eyes to the
Yeah.
stay there.
Marcus will do anything if you tell him to.
If I may, this one has been a great boon to us. He can continue to
Absolutely.
help us.
This one is an incarnation of the randomness, the wild architecture of the universe that I, and I alone, defend against. It is he that will undo the world, that did so once before, that summoned the Kraken, that threatened to devour the whole of the world.
And with respect, yet now he seems determined to work to stop that very thing. What is the explanation for this, if he is so great an enemy?
What have you to say, Rajat? Do you do so out of some
What?
love of the world, or do you do so for your own lust for power?
And Tori has heard that name, right?
Oh, totally. A couple times.
Are you?
So do I like know who he's addressing then,
I mean,
or do I guess?
you're still Marvin.
Yeah.
You don't like awaken in some way
Yeah.
necessarily. You're still you.
Yeah. I'll say I believe you know the answer as well as I, that I didn't come on here for some altruistic notion of saving this world.
His memory has been tampered with. I was not able to break the ward upon it. Perhaps you could do so if you wished.
I could do anything if I wished.
I don't doubt it.
What I wish for now is to protect this world, my world, from that which would destroy it. I have no use for minions which will not obey.
Our options seem rather scant here.
Indeed.
There is a telekinetic pulse as just a wave of force threatens to knock you all backwards. Is there anything happening that would otherwise prevent that?
I assume counterspell doesn't work on psionics?
No, of course not. That's why I use it. That's for Riskus.
Oh, that's...
No, that's
oh.
me for Vinny.
Oh, is Faristi's doing the telekinetic?
No, it's totally dragon.
Then I guess we're getting knocked over.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. A shield, I guess, but I don't know who or what.
Why doesn't everyone give me an initiative?
Right.
Is that a disadvantage?
It's a dex ability check, actually. It is at disadvantage. Now,
Glad I
Get lower.
said
What are you
something.
doing?
Right, what was the second level exhaustion?
Move at half speed.
Okay.
Marcus.
13.
13, Cade.
11.
11. Sorry.
6.
6, Marvin.
7. Alright, sorry,
7.
10.
10, Zorak.
13.
13.
I have the higher dex bonus.
Okay, so you go before Cade, is that right?
Before Marcus.
Marcus, okay. Okay, the dragon goes first.
What? He got his initiative.
I'm so surprised.
He takes multiple turns, different initiative orders.
I played Dragon Warrior.
The first
games.
one is at 40. He breathes fire.
I'm gonna raise my shield.
He is going to aim very deliberately at Marvin because that's who he's here to kill.
I'm not. I couldn't even get there if I wanted to, so.
Breathe a horrible torrent of scalding flame. Where'd it go? Just go ahead. Yeah. Give me a dex save.
Is this hitting anybody else?
As a matter of fact, no. This is like a line attack.
Oh wow, he learned how to control his area.
Super good.
Oh god.
Natural 1.
That's
Natural 1.
for number 1, which is the best you can
Yeah.
So good.
I hope your next character is gonna be fucking cool.
Is that gnome?
Hey, whatever, he was awesome. Bregner was the shit.
Okay. You take 35 points of damage.
Fucking nothing. What
That's
a,
just his cantrip.
what a pansy.
That was his bonus action when he was talking about.
That's his bonus
I
action.
laugh and take my arm
I will.
off.
I actually will audibly laugh.
Great. Okay,
Good.
then he takes his next turn and extends a hand as he had towards you, very deliberately towards you, rather than as he had at the ground. And it seems as though he's powering a spell by defiling Marvin's.
Ooh, that's
Victoria will try to counterspell.
This is not a spell cast. He's drawing power for a spell.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Alright,
What he does with that power, maybe you can counterspell.
alright.
Give me a con save.
Counterspell the fucking dragon.
With disadvantage on my on my ability checks, I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll try.
9.
Wait,
9.
was that a save?
It is not.
I was just saying. I mean, actually, I doubt that Grace of Amani would fly
Amani's
right now
like,
anyway.
fuck.
Like, I'm actually out of this whole deal.
You'd have to clear 38 for me to have to roll a dice.
You could roll a 1.
You could.
No, I mean you could.
Oh, I could. I didn't.
Dragon's not having an off day.
You take 73 points of damage.
I laugh again as I go, and my shield activates.
Of course!
And I say, "Have you no idea who I actually am?"
I think he made that abundantly clear.
Yeah, he was so specific. There was a Wikipedia link.
Okay. Then he's going to take his third turn, at which point he will actually cast a spell.
And Toria will try countering it.
Very
He
well.
doesn't even know what it is, but
I mean,
fuck it.
well, it can't be good.
It's not Mage Hand.
It's heal party.
Yeah, he'll remove
We don't need
exhaustion.
heal party.
We need to remove exhaustion.
It's probably counterspell.
Yeah.
He's gonna counter your
Or no, it's probably telekinesis. He's just going to bury him alive in 1,000 pounds.
Yeah,
of
I
dirt.
heard that works really well.
Yeah. Okay, so what's going on here?
Attempting counterspell.
It's definitely above the level that you're going to ask.
Okay. And I will try rolling with disadvantage unless anyone wants to give me inspiration.
No, sir.
Uh-uh.
What? You're gonna fail.
I might not fail with it. It's pretty hard to fail this check without being disadvantaged, but no one? Going once?
I'm out. I'm
Going
tapped.
twice?
Marcus is too devoted to the dragon.
That's a fine point.
Well, I actually rolled pretty good anyway. Any 13th spell level or lower spell is countered.
Okay, I am going to try to counterspell your counterspell.
Oh.
Oh.
What level is yours?
Very
Is
low.
it third?
Yeah.
Okay, then I counter it.
Alright. He had to use his reaction at least.
He did. So I cast.
Cone of Kill Marvin.
Yeah, my
I
favorite
cast
spell.
Blight
Oh.
at 9th level.
I'm sorry, Marvin.
That's probably fine.
No, Blade hits
Absorb it with the mask.
It is necrotic.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the mask into that. I mean, technically we don't always see the mask.
I was gonna say, I've seen nothing but the mask for a long time.
You take 93 points of damage.
I go down to my knees and then topple over.
Does he come back as a zombie?
Well, none of us have taken outside.
Does the dragon put his mask
We haven't had a chance
He
to
lays it on his
decide.
nose.
Do you have any reactions or anything like that that you can take?
No.
Zorak, it's your turn.
I'm gonna pray for divine intervention.
Such thing as
Okay.
divine.
Oh, elemental intervention.
Yeah, the
This is not an ability check.
Fail.
Oh, it's
It
also
needs
not
to
a
be less than or equal to my current level.
It was not.
It was not.
Okay. Marcus.
Was a devout servant of the dragon.
Well, now his party members rendered unconscious. So Marcus will Run at the dragon.
Put his mustache on.
Where
I'm not with these guys.
Yeah.
And then bow before.
Is this an
Yeah.
chance to hit him?
Yeah,
He does
Okay.
He's super big.
three
He's
kneels
gargantuan.
Gonna swing at his head.
Chevron.
at his
With
toe.
Chevron.
Okay.
Pink.
Once. 22 to hit.
22 to hit. So, that will hit. Give me some damage.
Oh, I think that might be going straight back into old Marcus here.
He's a big boy. You can take it.
Maybe I shouldn't reroll that one.
Yeah.
13 damage.
Okay, 13 damage. Okay,
Wow.
so something peculiar happens as Chevron sinks into his scale hide. That's why he's in charge of Athas. He has more scales than anyone else. There is a horrible shudder across Chevron's blade as something has gone wrong. There's a spark, there's a necrotic bolt of power, and the thing shatters like in half in your hands. You're left with the hilt and just a stump of the blade sticking out.
I have like 5 more attacks.
Yeah, brain punch.
Use the hilt.
Yeah.
Broken sword, take
Dark
out
Souls
your,
run.
Yeah,
your bow,
just
long bow.
Yeah, broken short sword. Oh, this
I
is
think-
bad. This maybe we shouldn't have done.
Well, Marcus is gonna forfeit the rest of his attacks and fall to his knees.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna be like doing
That's
this?
such a wet
We're not worthy.
blanket.
We're not worthy.
I will push to my feet unsteadily, and I will say to the dragon,
Hello.
Hello, sir. I noticed that you are a dragon. We don't have those in Athas.
no, I'll say, I'm on a divine mission, and if what stands between me and it is this man, then fine, and I'm gonna heft Marvin's slumped body under one arm, and I'll toss it forward, plump, and I'll be like, just don't hurt me or my friends.
Wow, that just happened.
Yep.
You don't know. Marvin's.
Well, death saving throw, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration to not die. So is it 10 or above?
Yeah.
Is it
Yes.
7.
That's a fail.
Yes.
That's not a skill check though.
No.
Oh,
so you
it's
should roll
not?
2 dice.
Oh.
You roll
Yeah.
2 die.
Yeah, it's not an ability check. No.
9.
That
You
changed
add
it.
those together, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a map.
Is that Ben Luckable?
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's a reaction.
Oh yeah, you can. You're
Yeah,
you're kind of.
Antoria.
Tori looks frustratedly between the dragon and
I'm directly between you and the dragon, by the way.
what would you have us do? We have no choice. He's helping us save the world, but you're determined to take his life. We can't oppose you. He seems frustrated more than actually making any kind of attempt at actually convincing anyone. He's kind of frustrated at his powerlessness in general, and doesn't actually do anything else other than say those words.
Just learn to view yourself as a speck in the hands of the higher powers. It's not that hard.
Okay, the dragon turns to glare at Marcus. Serves you right
Fucked
for
up,
using
friend.
that which is not yours.
Does he make that face?
And Marcus goes from like that to even lower on the ground.
Digging into the sand.
He backhands you with a claw. Oh, so this is a great opportunity.
Yes!
Yeah. So you
I will reduce the forced movement by 10 feet.
spectacular. You fly back 10 feet and take 15 points of damage.
Ow!
And Toriel will send his shield over to block the damage.
Oh, come on. What about...
It wasn't going to save you by any stretch of the
Can you
imagination.
block some of it?
It blocks 27 and then it's gone for good.
That would have kept me alive.
not convinced anything could do that right now. We've got other ways. Don't worry.
We've got other ways, like abandoning you to
Like,
the dragon and
I'm
leaving.
praying for Athas to intervene, because that's all I'm gonna keep doing.
Do you have like that contingency? Marvin dies.
We hadn't set it up yet. We never had a chance. And it's self-only anyway.
You could cast heal on you, but I'm pretty sure it'll just knock you down again
Alright.
and me.
The dragon rolls its eyes at the shield that it sees, turns to Antoria, and then glares at Cade.
You try my patience.
Are we in free? Can we like discuss? Are we in free
No,
action?
absolutely not.
Okay.
No, it's going to use another sonic wave. You guys can give me a con save.
Alright.
All of us?
Disadvantage.
Not.
It's not an ability check.
Oh,
Not Marvin.
saves aren't.
Not hitting
No,
me.
saves are
Save.
specifically
No.
3rd exhaustion level.
Can't save it.
Oh, so it's
I'm
actually
there.
gonna hit me.
Ah.
It is.
Well,
You're just going to ragdoll.
Okay.
That's okay. I rolled 2 10s.
21.
It's not going to deal any damage, but you'll fly back another.
Oh
Well, wait. Does dealing any more damage?
no, I have only one
Like, I can't
loss.
auto kill you if you take like minus.
Only minus.
any damage dealt is a failed saving throw. If it's from a
Oh,
critical,
then yes, it is going to deal damage. I'm
if
sorry.
it's from a critical hit, it counts as 2 failed saving
It
throws.
is not the sort of thing that can crit.
All right.
Okay. So yes, it will deal damage to you. Everyone.
Okay.
Will take 27 points of damage.
What is
What? Sorry.
What is-
Oh, so yeah, I'm sorry. I completely asked for saves. What were the
21. 21.
9.
Okay, no one saved.
Yes.
Alright, so you take 29 points of damage and fly back 30 feet.
I'm at 2
20.
Excuse me. Some of us fly back.
We're not gonna be able to like talk to him anymore.
It's got big ears.
You say 40 feet?
30.
30.
Unless you're wearing armor that extends the amount of
Can
space.
you get your Veiled Alliance guys to come help us?
Zorak?
If I had 8
Ow.
hours.
Struggle to my knees.
And they would say no. To be clear, they would say no.
Pray for divine intervention from Athas again. Nope. The exact same roll I rolled.
What
last
exactly
time.
does that do?
That's a great
It's
question.
up to the DM,
So,
actually.
it's up to the
Oh.
DM.
Oh,
If
is
I
that
roll
like
for
a
divine
wish?
intervention, request divine aid. Roll less than your level, less than or equal to your level. GM decides what happens.
I'll remind everyone there are no gods in Athas.
Yes.
So.
He's basically praying to the water primordial
Yes.
at this point.
Marcus?
The dragon probably could take the water primordial
And also,
easily.
all of its influence is already defiled out of this region.
Yep.
Mr. Bill, will you give me water, please?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Marcus will stand up and
Fall down.
Oh yeah, did I fly back somewhere?
Yes.
10 feet, 20 feet?
20 feet.
I
5,
fucking delivered
10,
you to him, and look what he
15,
does.
20.
Marcus is gonna pull out the warhammer if you live out the half giant for that time.
Yep.
And,
Go smash Marvin's head with it.
1, 2, 3. Just run. Because that's all I can do.
Okay. Cade.
I will
Heal.
struggle to my feet,
Heal Marvin.
and I will call out to the dragon, say, I've done as you requested. What do you want from us now? I've delivered Marvin to you.
Marvin!
Anyone have inspiration that they want to give
do.
me?
I'll give you my inspiration.
If I'd realized you were going to take damage again, I would have done something else, but...
Do the first one. Alright,
Okay,
that
you're
one
good.
passes.
Okay, 1 success.
1 success, 2 fails.
Antoria.
Toria struggles to his feet and unfortunately has to use almost his entire turn to get to Marvin, but he can't do anything else.
Okay.
Half movement speed at 2nd exhaustion level, unfortunately.
The dragon seems positively bemused as he, well, I guess he was already bemused. Now he's like outright amused.
Double to me.
At such fervor, at such vim, at such determination. And he rears up as though ready to put an end to this charade. But the master of Athas is still prone to the whims of the wasteland. Just as suddenly as before, there's a horrible gust of wind, a rush of sound as the sandstorm from before returns. The dragon rears up its head and screams in fury. And all's a rush, and everything goes dark. And we'll pick up there next week.
The finger for you, buddy.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
Bye, Marvin.
You guys just heal me up.
Well, as a matter of fact, you're a little bit more right than you know. Ryan, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Oh,
Isn't that?
I didn't know if you wanted that to be a surprise for the next session.
No, because we won't have the opportunity to say as much probably.
Oh, okay.
No, because so we're gonna pick up next week, and things will be slightly different. We'll be in a different location. We'll have this will be like end of disc 2, and we're gonna load up somewhere.
Go to the B-sides.
And we're
after
gonna see
this.
some characters that are gonna be present, but Marvin's not gonna be there. It could be that his head was crushed in. It could be that the dragon took him back wherever the dragon is. It came from. And all of that has story justification. I think we've set up pretty clearly that Marvin's is a simulacrum of Rashot, wherever that might be, whether the legends are true or not. That all makes sense. There's another deliberate reason for such a dramatic exit as well, and that is because this is the final session that the Bat Wizard will have with us.
Forever.
Not forever
Yeah.
necessarily, but well, maybe forever.
Yeah, probably
That's your
forever.
call.
No. So this is my last game after 2 years. 2 years. Yeah. This has been fantastic, but I'm
It's just
gonna be doing some Krav stuff on
okay.
Tuesdays, and so unfortunately,
it's just life changes over the course of a couple of years, and things happen. And but I have had absolutely a wonderful time having you in our.
yeah, couldn't have asked for a better group.
Yeah,
with
it's
you guys.
been great playing with you.
Absolutely.
It sucks that you're not going to be here anymore.
Yeah.
It's gonna get us into trouble now.
Yeah.
Who's gonna burn down the?
Well, I know. I liked Herbie's message to me today. He said something like, "I'm so glad that Marvin's in the party. It makes taking spells that much easier because I don't have to deal with damage." I'm like,
well,
yeah, about
Joke's on
that.
Well, I hoped that maybe you would get to do something in the confrontation. And I apologize for
That's
not
fine.
arranging that a little better, but I hope that
Yeah.
a spectacular kind of exit like
Yes.
that was appropriate
Very
to
nice.
Marvin the Magnificent.
I would have liked to see
Certainly one of the
him.
most entertaining members of the squad.
hey, how many people get killed by the Dragon of Athas himself? I mean,
After
directly
being-
and personally. I mean,
After being assaulted by
Well,
a sorcerer.
I
lots of
mean,
people get sacrificed to him en masse.
I'd like to remind all that if you don't see the body when the dust settles, you might not be dead.
For all we know, there could be more simulacrums too.
We'll
Yeah.
see him again, but maybe not
Maybe there's a
piled
bunch
up by
of
the
Marvins out
thousand.
there.
Yeah. Oh God.
There's a Marvin each one of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
there's a little Marvin in us all. I would have liked to have seen him try to defile the dragon back.
Yeah. Well, I disgustingly still have some wrong.
Same.
But here's to you.
Yeah, thank
the Bat
you.
Wizard.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ryan, thank you
Good
so much
gaming
for
with you,
playing
man.
us.
I actually wish I had a drink for once. Let me go get some water real quick.
Oh.
That's empty.
Oh.
Just
Here you
drink
go.
that.
Here you go.
Just liquid water is bad luck anyway.
Just
Oh, well then screw it.
spit it out after you're done.
Yeah, or you could just spit in the glass.
Yeah.
That seems worse
All right.
somehow.
Gosh.
Screw that. I need to.
Good game. Thank you
game.
for playing.
Thank you for
playing.
hosting
Yep.
us,
Absolutely.
Mr. Foxhound.
Thank you so much. And thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
It's not good.
it's gotten worse.
It's better the second time
It's-
around.
Oh, it hurdles.
Yeah, once it's better once it sits. All the
You gotta let it air out a
all
little.
the
Aerate.
molecules settle.
Now
I
they're
will
brown.
not miss the
Yeah.
Nas minute. I'll finally be able to
Please
sleep
dissolve.
after D&D is
Did
over.
they really?
No, I didn't have them before, and now there's browns back.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
the molecules.
Oh, goodness. All right, guys. Good game.
Good game.
Thank you guys
See
so
you
much for hanging out. We'll see you again on Thursday. We're continuing Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. It's quite good. And we'll see you next week with more Dungeons and Dragons. Have a wonderful night.
Bye.
My stream.